Conversation with head coach Barkley Christensen. The opening kickoff of the season is right around the corner.
Coach, it's hard to believe. It's just amazing how fast the season comes up. And
somehow.
Off mic here, we're just talking about, kind of what little you guys can accomplish before the season starts, or what all the players are responsible for themselves. But I know you guys are ready to go for another football season here at San Juan High School.
Yeah, we're super excited. I think this is the best week of the year leading up to the first game. It just sets the tone. I think this first football game helps set the tone for a lot of things. I mean, it's not even just for the football team. I mean, it kind of helps set the tone for the school and the community, and these kids have been working really hard, and we couldn't be more excited. It's finally here.
I've enjoyed being a part of this for the last 4 years. I feel like I get a little credit for your 4 straight, but you're looking for 5 straight this year, man. There's no stopping. It's hard work. Right back to the drawing board for you guys starting this year.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. You know, I heard. I think we were talking about Georgia before off mic, but I think I heard Coach Kirby Smart at Georgia talk about, you come back, you're not defending a championship, because that was last year's team. We're not defending anything. We got to go out and no defense. We're going to go out and try to attack this thing and go get it, because this is a brand new year and everybody starts at a brand new slate. So no defending anything. It's go get it now.
Well, the feeling in sports, or even in life in general, it's almost like if you stop actively climbing the mountain, you're not going to stay where you are. You'll fall backwards.
Yeah, and I tell the kids that all the time. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. You'll never in life, at whatever you're doing, stay the same at anything. You get better, you get worse. So, and they've taken to that. They put the effort in every single day. We've had great attendance all summer. I'd say we're around 80%, all summer long. And then obviously when the season started, everybody's been there and been working hard. And, yeah, we're all super fired up.
We've talked about this, and we've had this scenario a couple times over these few years where you've lost some key players, of course. That's just the nature of high school ball. You've got a young quarterback this year. What are your thoughts about this team? I know, we've said this before. These are some couple of unproven kids coming in, and they've come in and just become studs for you guys right off the hop. So what are your thoughts about this team this year heading into the season right now?
Right now it looks great, but your studs don't prove their studs until Friday night, right? And so this Grantsville game will be a good teller of actually where we're at. Last year, obviously we got beat to Grantsville, but it was a big learning moment. We could kind of see where we truly were, and I felt like we got a lot better after that game. And so these kids are sick of hitting each other. After so long, it just gets old. They're ready to play a team, but again, that's when we're going to find out, okay, who's ready to step up, who is going to be the studs. But so far it looks really good. We ended last week on a really good Thursday practice. Everything was clicking offensively. Defenses looked really good. And, I guess Friday night's going to be the true test. It's going to tell us everything.
Well, the season's long, and you guys have never shied away from tough competition. That starts first game against Grantsville, like you said, a team that took you down last year into that winning streak. Is there a matter? I think I know the answer to this. Is there a bit of revenge in the heart of these kids that they want to come out in this first game?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can feel that. But to your point with your last question is a lot of them didn't play in that game, right? We got some young kids. And so a lot of them are just trying to prove how good they can be as well. I don't think we're truly looking too much into the kill Grantsville and get revenge in that way. It's just let's prove that we can go ball out and play ball. But of course we want this one. I mean, it's a big one. We do want to get Grantsville.
And then you guys, in one classification or another, are playing a ton of top 3 teams or top-ranked teams this year.
Yeah, and that's how we want it, We try to get the toughest schedule we can. I've told a lot of people, it's super hard here to get games. I mean, a lot of it is because we are good, and another big piece is geography. People don't want to travel here, so we have to take what we can get, but I'm very blessed that, the Grantsvilles, the Beavers, the Kanabs, like you said, some top 3 teams and other classifications are willing to play us.
Yeah, and because of that, now you're stuck again this year with only 4 home games, so you're going to be on the road 6 times during the regular season. I don't think that really bothers you guys because pretty much the same crowd that's going to be here at home will be with you guys on the road. They all travel. Yeah,
they're great. And technically this neutral game that we have week 1 is I guess considered a home game for us. So It's not. It's 4 hours away, but and we're expecting, I've already had a lot of people tell me they've got their hotel rooms booked and they're all excited for this one at Snow, and I think it's just a good experience for the kids.
Well, talk to me about this team. We can start with the offense, I guess. I know there's a couple of new kids we're going to see starting at the quarterback position, and just talk about your guys and talk about this offensive team and what we're going to see this year.
Yeah, so at quarterback, we are going to roll with Bo Yeomans. He's a sophomore. So far, he's looked really good. I mean, he's got the thing with him is he gets better every single. Like we'll go to a 7-on-7, and man, he's going up against some of the top talent in the state of teams we'll play, and we'll sit down and watch film then the next week after that, and we can talk about things that he can improve on. He's so good at picking things up mentally, and he's improved every single day. He's very smart. He's not going to be a big runner like we've had in the past, which we can adjust with that because we have such a good running back with Jagger and a great offensive line. We do have some young guys there. Returning starters on the offensive line is Cash Palmer, Remy Watcott, and Trey Bradford. So it's nice to have three of those guys back. Some newcomers, Trey Bass will be playing center. Keelan Hutchins is kind of a rotational guy that's got a lot of reps, and he looks good. He's a big kid. At that other guard spot, we have Gage Palmer, who will be a sophomore, Cash's brother. But they're opening up holes. Like we went and camped with Richfield and Snow Canyon. We could run the football all day long against those teams. They open up holes. You just give Jagger a crease, and he's going to go. At the receiving core, we got a little bit beat up over the summer. We're hoping to have Cole Duke back, but he's kind of a game-time decision. But Trip Palmer, an obvious stud. It's nice for Bo to have a 6'4" target and go up and get it. Nash Young's been tough at the slot. Jonas Jepson, Mike and Keith, they've stepped up on the outsides. And then, Brig Palmer, a sophomore, he's going to get some time at the receiver. So lots of sophomores playing, but our offense has a ton of firepower. The issue with having 4 sophomores is, man, when we look good, we look like a prime state championship team, but we can turn around on the next drive and go 3 and out just like that. And so that's what we're trying to correct. The ceiling's high, but we gotta raise the floor a little bit.
What are you excited most about offensively?
Different ways we can attack. We can go empty with Jagger, and he's just as good of a slot as he is as a running back. And then we can get heavy, and we can get George McNaughton in the game as a tight end, Stetson Black in the game as a fullback tight end. We can get both those guys in there. We can even add Keelan Hutchins as an extra lineman when everybody's healthy. And man, I've never really done that in my, I'm usually a 10 personnel, no tight end. We've added some before, but we're usually spread you out and throw it all around. Mm-hmm. But this team has the ability with so much depth down there on the line that we can get super tight and just get Jagger creases. And so that'll be hard to game plan for because, we can get in and out of it so fast.
Okay, talk to me defensively. Are you guys excited about the defense this year, and what do they look like?
Yeah, the defense is flying around, and they look good again. We have some returning starters again. Cash Palmer at nose guard. He's a big kid that's tough to move. Remy Watcott will kind of help him because they're going to get tired. They're playing both ways, and so it's nice having depth there. Stetson Black's another returner. George McNaughton, a great defensive end, all-state caliber defensive end. He's back. At the outside linebackers, we're going to move Jagger to the outside. Just let him use his speed, cover guys. Another sophomore, Max Stearns, will be playing on the outside. Big, tough kid who's had a great camp, a great summer. At the middles, Jonas Jepson, Thomas Harden, Kai Fox, those 3 have all rotated. Again, junior, seniors, upperclassmen have waited their time, and, they're hungry. They play downhill. Tripp and Brig, Palmer, the safety positions, a lot of length. They're playing well. Nash Young and Cole Duke at those corners. Cole's a little bit banged up. Mike and Keith has been getting time there. And then another sophomore, Quincy Singer, has also got some rotational time. So a little bit young in some areas, but for the most part, it's going to be tough to run on us, so just because we're so big up front.
Well, tell me about, I guess, what the rest of the week looks like, and then what's the attitude? I know you guys are ready to go. I know the team is ready to, like you mentioned already, to hit other people besides themselves.
Yeah, they're tired. We're beat up from hitting each other, so we're all excited to get away from that. The big thing that we're trying to stress this whole week with so many young guys potentially playing is the varsity is a whole nother level than C-team what they were playing last year. And I don't think you'll ever actually realize that until you experience it. And so the first quarter or two is going to be pretty telling of where they're truly at. We are going to leave. We're just going to leave Friday morning, try to get there, 3-4 hours early and get in and get guys taped and kind of get moving around. But, yeah, we have 4 more days to get prepared for a big one. And so we have a kind of a team meeting today to go over some Grantsville film and get a lift in and kind of walk through what they do offensively and defensively and try to get mentally prepped. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, we go at it, and then Thursday is kind of our final dress rehearsal before we head over.
I know you guys focus on playing your game, and you like to get a lead early. You found yourself in a dogfight with this team last year. Now that you have that experience behind you, you'd like to be in the lead. You'd like to be playing ahead the whole game. But if not, what's that look like for you and how you might adjust or how you approach the game and how the kids with some youth, you might help them approach the game?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question, because when we play these bigger schools, that's always kind of been our kryptonite is we have so many kids going both ways and they don't. Grantsville, they have a full team of offense, a full team of defense. So if we don't jump you early in the long run, most of these teams will start wearing us down here at the end. So we've kind of went back and forth. Do we try to slow it down? And that's not our game. Like I said, we're going to go get it from the first kickoff, and if we wear down, we wear down. And that just tells us we probably got to be in a little bit better shape. You know what I mean? So we're going to learn a lot. This is kind of I wouldn't say a pre-test, because we want to go ace this thing, but it also the tape will tell a lot. So yeah, we're gonna attack it from the get, and if we get tired, we get tired, but we got to go. We're gonna go try to win this thing quick.
Yeah. And prepping for Grantsville, is there anything different from them this year? I know you don't have the benefit of game film for this year, and so you kind of come in blind a little bit, but how do you prep for them? What are their main weapons, and what do you think you have to do to shut them down?
Yeah, it's another great question, because these are things where, like, so they got their head coach is the same, but they got a new offensive coordinator and a new defensive coordinator. And so I have tried to do everything from research online to going on different social media I'm trying to find any type of highlight that I can find from a summer 7-on-7 and we did end up finding a team that they camped with, and we traded some film with them. And so we got 30 plays of camp film. It's not the greatest film in the world, but it's something. So we're able to see, what they're doing offensively, defensively. They have a great offense because they bring a lot back. Their quarterback's a junior this year, but he started since he was a freshman. So he has tons of experience. Their wide receiving core, 2 kids that scored touchdowns on us last year, the Jensen kid and Fossen, they both had great games against us. They're both backs. They return a lot of guys. Defensively, they're probably not as strong as they were last year, but they're still a good team. I mean, they have so many kids, in their school and on their team that they're going to play hard, and that's how Grantsville, them and Delta, I've always said, are cut from the same cloth. I mean, it's organized chaos. They're just trying to send pressure from everywhere, and those kids play downhill, and they want to hurt you, man. They want to hit you, and so we're just trying to get our kids, not necessarily so prepped for the scheme, but just for what that is going to be like on Friday.
Yeah. And the speed, this game will move a lot faster than, like what you said, some of these guys moving up from JV and C. Now we'll see.
Yeah, and we've tried to emulate it. I've tried to pound it in heads, but I just had to sit back and say they're not going to get it until they get it. So they look good at camp. When we're fresh, like I said, we're as good as anybody. We'll see about 3-4 drives down the road. I still think they're going to be great. We have all the talent in the world. It's just they've got to stay mentally focused.
Well, you guys are at this point, San Juan football is beyond well-known in the state. I mean, you guys are starting to try to make real big dents in some of the state record books and be on there forever, and you already are. Do these kids and do you guys relish playing with such a large target on your back at this point? I mean, I think I know the answer, but what's their feeling about that, or is that even a thought?
Yeah, well, I enjoy it. I love that, and I think they do too. But I truly don't know. And maybe they do. Maybe I'm way off base here, but I truly don't know if they actually they show up, they go to work every single day, but I don't think they realize how big that this has become, around the state, because they just kind of stay in their bubble. They do their thing here. They do what is asked of them, and then they go and play. So obviously they know there's high expectations. I enjoy that stuff, but again, like I said with these guys, those are all the past teams. This team hasn't done anything yet.
And, you're going to see some teams, I think, who might be able to play up to your level or give you a bit of a run for your money this year in your region. These past few years, it just has been really easy for you guys. Do you want to see more of a challenge? Do you want to see them? I know you don't want to lose a lot of games, but do you want to see them have to actually fight for their way as this season goes along? I mean, we'd like to see the region kind of come up to you guys' level at some point.
Yeah, and again, another good question with that, because that's one I get asked quite a bit, and I mean, of course, we'd like a little bit, I guess, more competitive games in a way. But at the same time, the work that these kids put in, they are battling.
Yeah.
You know, they are having those battles all summer long that just nobody sees. And it's nice because when the season comes around, you know, if you're a fan, you're just thinking, oh, this is easy. But you don't see like the broken collarbones and dislocated shoulders and broken hands and, you know, blood, sweat, tears that come on these kids' faces every single day from when school lets out until this moment right now. And so everything that they've done is definitely worked for and earned, you know, but it's like anything in life. You see somebody successful and it's, man, I wish I could be that guy, but you don't understand what they're doing to get there. And so they are battling. It is hard for them. And, you know, I think teams are rising. They're coming. But I just think the formula right now is just what these kids are putting in the off season.
You guys always look so calm, cool, and collected when you're on the field. I like what you said during media days, that you love that butterfly feeling of competing. It's like, I mean, there's always a level of nervousness. There's always that level of excitement, and you don't know what exactly is going to happen, and that's fun, and that gives you that adrenaline rush, I know. I mean, what is your feeling coming in? Do you feel ready? Do you feel like some things have been overlooked? What are your thoughts as you get ready for this first game?
Right now, I think we feel ready. This week of practice will obviously, you know, let me know, gauge that a little bit more. But it was kind of like last year, like you mentioned, these week ones are just hard. They're different because you truly don't know what you're going up against. And so I think as far as getting ready as much as we can, yes, we feel ready. But that could all change after the first kickoff when we're like, okay, this is what they have, or that is what they have, you know, then we'll know.
You feel like this is a group that can adjust on the fly pretty easily?
Yeah, but not as much as in the past, just because of our youth. Like we went up against a different defense this summer, and it took a minute to get, you know, and that's a good challenge for me to have, to go back to having to teach everything from the basics, which is where I should start every year. I've kind of taken that for granted just because we've had so many returners that can kind of get guys moving along. Yeah, with these young guys, you know, they're playing ARL middle school team. You know, they were playing ARL ball 2 years ago, and now they're jumping into the big show. And so it's like, okay, hey, we're getting this front. Here's how we got to adjust. And sometimes you're speaking a foreign language, so they'll pick it up. They're smart, but we have to just get so much film on it and sit down and go over it. And so mid-season, yes, I think they'll get there. But right now, I don't know, because I haven't seen it.
Right.
I haven't had to.
Yeah, you got to get out on that game field. Coach, it's amazing how fast the seasons go. It's amazing how fast they come back. I hate to speak for you, but I would say that you would probably wish that there were 52 games in the year and that there were no other sports to worry about.
Yeah, I wish, man. That me and football, it's, you know, because this is just what I do. I enjoy it year-round. I love it to death. It is nice having a little break because I do get some time to watch I get to study tape and study other teams and watch film and learn from them and learn from other coaches. And that's the greatest part about it, is you kind of can make it a year-round thing just because there's so much that goes into football that I can always stay learning, and I can take a break to go learn more about it.
Absolutely. Coach, we do appreciate you chatting with us. It's time to get started. We're looking forward to this game one, and we know we're going to see a lot of fun football, a lot of good football this year, and so we're looking forward to this year. We know it's going to be fun watching you guys again, so we appreciate you chatting with us. Looking forward to this game one, man.
Heck yeah, man. We're fired up. Yeah, I got the butterflies right now thinking about it, so.
Thanks, Coach. Coach Barkley Christensen, appreciate you chatting for us. Good luck this season. Good luck in this first game. Thanks, man.
Thank you. We'll see you guys Friday. Go Broncos.
And we do welcome you live to Robert Stoddard Field once again. It is the first game of the 2025-2026 sports season and 2025 football season. And we do thank Coach Barkley for chatting with us.
Coach, it's hard to believe. It's just amazing how fast the season comes up.
For those of you on Stream Utah watching the video stream, you know that the Broncos have opened with the first touchdown of the night, and then they followed it up with an interception of a Dallin Van Fleet pass as we get some sprinkles falling here, but a bit of a technical difficulties getting us started tonight, having trouble getting the internet, and so I think we're on now and streaming, so we do welcome you in officially, and Art Ada with me again, and we are battling the gale force wind up here, Art. We sometimes sit on top of buildings, and so it's exciting. We are in the middle of action, but man, it's so good to be started again, and the Broncos looking good here early.
Nash Young has looked fantastic this first couple of series on offense and defense. And Bo Yeomans, the sophomore quarterback, coming in, his first varsity action, he's been outstanding so far in these first couple of drives. His reads have been on point, Brett.
And Jagger Neves with the opening touchdown of the season. He gets the ball here on another handoff down to the 21 of Grantsville as we finally get the play-by-play in here for you tonight. And it is another first down for San Juan. The Broncos marching it down the field again on this Grantsville defense. And right now the game has been happening on the Grantsville side of midfield as Neves gets another handoff and a hard hit at the sideline over here, but we do have a flag in the San Juan backfield, so it's likely this will be coming back.
Yeah, holding call right here on that blocking right receiver out there, just trying to do all he could do to keep that defender in front of him, and unfortunately, when the defender turns to run, you've got to let him go, and the head official saw the jersey pull, and you're going to get that flag every time.
And so that'll be coming back 10 yards from the line of scrimmage all the way back to the 32.5-yard line here for San Juan. So they've got a long way to go now. 1st and 20 back at the Grantsville 33, it looks like, closer to. Here's Bo Yeomans in the empty set. He'll hit one out. He's got a beautiful ball on his release, but it's just a little bit out of the reach of the intended receiver that time, Jagger Neves, and incomplete. So that'll bring up 2nd down and long for San Juan.
And for those of you watching and listening, we're trying all we can do to keep the wind out of our mics. We've got papers covering our face, but it is unreal. For being the home team, we sure got visiting team accommodations.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're out here in the hurricane. This isn't hurricane, but we're in the hurricane. Yeomans drops back to pass again, and this time he throws over his intended receiver, and it's picked off, and Grantsville with a chance to return it now back across the 20 before stepping out of bounds. I believe that's number 2 over there on the interception. I will consult the binoculars. It's a big crowd of folks over there. No, it's actually number 8 on the pick for Grantsville. So let me get a name for you on that. So 2 interceptions, 1 for each of these teams now. And Jordan Fawson with his first pick of the season, and that's a name we know from last year, the senior this season, and he helps Grantsville out right there. Art of San Juan scores a touchdown right there. It's starting to look like a challenge for Grantsville. That's a big interception for them.
Yeah, that's just timing with the young quarterback, getting his range down, and he'll figure that out, but that's bound to happen here, especially with a team like San Juan that goes down the field deep all the time. Young quarterback Bo Yeomans, going to have to figure out kind of his range, how fast he needs to throw it to get it there quicker, and his arm strength, and that's just something young quarterbacks go through, especially sophomores.
And the ball run for 6 yards or so for Grantsville here. Let's see who this running back is for the Cowboys. It looks, is that number 22 who's in there? Tough for me to see right now. I'll get a better look at it maybe here as Van Vliet throws his first completed pass over the right side, and that'll be enough for a first down across the 40 to the 43. So he completes about a 5-yard pass right there, and I've got that as his first completion of the evening.
And Grantsville lost their stud running back to graduation last year. They do return their, second-team All-State receiving core, and then their quarterback Van Vliet, who was a stud last year. So San Juan's got to do a good job about covering those zones, getting in there, and getting pressure on the quarterback.
And Van Vliet will go to the ground again this time. Here's this man carrying the football. It's number 26 on the running back, and he's had a couple of good, strong runs here. He carries it for 9 yards. And across midfield into San Juan territory for the first time. So that interception has lit a fire under the Grantsville offense, and they're in full gear now driving it down the field.
Yeah, Kai Fox able to bring him down, but not after a good game there. And San Juan's front 3 and their linebacker core, they're going to have to get off those blocks, shed those things, and make contact and drive those runners backwards. They can't let them get a full head of steam going downhill.
And Van Vliet takes the snap in the shotgun, and he'll hand off to the running back again, and it's going to be a first down. Not a whole lot on the right side there, and a flag flies late in the San Juan secondary. And so if this play stands, it's a 2-yard gain and enough for a first down.
I think there was some action after the play down the field between, I believe, number 5 and 42. And so it'll be interesting to see who this goes on. It'll be interesting if it's a personal foul or what the officials saw, but there was definitely some activity, and it is a personal foul against Grantsville.
Okay, wow, so that's a big call. That'll be a loss of yardage, I'm assuming, or maybe, not sure if they'll get to replay second down here or if it goes to third down here. That's a big one. They would have had a first down in San Juan territory right around the San Juan 44. Instead, they're all the way back at their own 40 now with a second down and long. So it will be a repeat of second down here. Again, we apologize for the wind. We're hoping it's going to die down at some point. I've got maybe about 20 yards already for Rigdon Murdoch as a senior running back here for Grantsville. So Dallin Van Vliet, the junior quarterback.
I think a personal foul
Third down.
is a loss of down.
That was my thought. And so the referee going to the far side over there, he's asking him to move the actual yardage markers here.
I don't understand that.
I don't either. Is it?
Oh, they got the first down. Okay, the penalty says after the. That's
Gotcha.
right.
All right, so 1st and 10, back at their own 40. So that doesn't hurt them as far as downs go. Yardage-wise, it hurt them. A beautiful pass from Van Vliet, but again, it's intercepted as he had a cross-up with his intended receiver. And for the second time tonight already, the San Juan Broncos here in this first quarter have intercepted Dallin Van Vliet.
They definitely see both teams want to air this out. They want to go down. They want that quick score. They want to, dominate the skies, Rhett. But quarterback's having a tough time here. Just that ball just sailed on him. That was a little short, actually. But both these quarterbacks, that just goes to show you that no matter how much varsity action you have, the first game of the season, man, you can get some happy feet. You can get excited. It's high school football.
I mean, that was a beautiful looking pass for Van Vliet until it fell into the arms of Blake Palmer for San Juan, and now Jagger Neves with a big gain. Down the left sideline he goes from his own 39. He'll go across midfield for an easy first down for San Juan down at the Grantsville 34.
Jagger's fired up, but he's going to have to calm down a little bit as the ref was digging deep for that flag right there. There's a little extracurricular as they run out of bounds, so he's fired up, though.
That's a 26-yard run for Jagger Neves and sets San Juan up going downhill, but no gain on this play to the right side. That was I'm assuming, was that a pass over there for Neves, or did he run it over there? I did not see. 26-yard run. Jagger Neves with a 21-yard touchdown run to start us off tonight, start the scoring. They'll get another handoff and a big hit at the line of scrimmage this time. He will fight his way ahead for 3 yards. And this will bring up a third down for San Juan. Third down and about 6.5 to go here.
Yeah, and Coach Christensen's down there. He's not happy with the offensive line right there as they stop moving their feet. And then when you do that as an offensive lineman, you get pushed backwards. You don't create space. And so those offensive linemen, they got to keep moving their feet downfield.
50 yards rushing so far. 50
interception.
Intercepted by Grantsville. So the team's trading turnovers, and Grantsville's own man tackled him over there.
We got 2 flags.
We do have flags on the field, so let's wait and see what this is going to end up being. But if it stands, it's the 4th interception of this first quarter. And the Broncos have the 6-0 lead. The initial PAT of the season from Trip Palmer failed. And the Broncos in that opening possession, for those of you who got a chance to see it on Stream Utah, even though we were playing the interview with head coach Barkley Christensen, it was an excellent drive. The Broncos did suffer 1 or 2 penalties in that drive. This is a penalty on Grantsville.
Personal foul.
On the return, I'm assuming. Yep. So the interception will stand, but they're going to start back at their own 20 with the ball. So both teams have turned it over twice now. That's the 2nd interception for Bo Yeomans. 2 already for Dallin Van Vliet. And we'll see the Grantsville offense here starting from deep in their own territory, trying to get on the board. They've shown the ability to move the football on this San Juan D, but haven't been able to obviously finish a drive yet.
Nice tackle there by Thomas Harden coming up from his linebacker position right there to make that tackle after a short gain.
3 yards from Rigdon Murdoch, the senior running back.
On that interception, Rat, Yeomans, he made some reads. He went left to right on his progression chart.
Yeah.
He just threw it into double coverage there. And like I said, you can expect that out of a young quarterback with an experience.
This time they get the ball to the outside on a pass, and they've got a man streaking down the field here. That is Murdoch out of the backfield, and he's going to get a big gain, the biggest play of the evening so far for Grantsville, down to their own 45.
Just a little swing pass there, gets out in space and makes things happen.
So I'm going to say that was about a 20-yard pass, the biggest one of the night. And my stats, of course, are completely unofficial. I've got Van Vliet for 25 yards with 2 interceptions.
Going to have another penalty here, a false start on the offense, it looks like. Nope, we're going to get encroachment on the defense.
So that will be marked off against San Juan. And right to midfield with the football, 1st and 5 for Grantsville. San Juan leads at 6-0, 4:20 to go in what has been an eventful first quarter here. You talk about the butterflies for these two teams just starting it off. You talk about the wild card that first games are. And there's a nice little run right there for number 9 for Grantsville. We'll get a name on that. And he picks up a first down. I don't have him on the roster here, so we'll have to figure that out, I guess. I don't know if we can look at their roster, see what they gave us. And it is a 1st and 10 at the San Juan 41 for Grantsville. Carter Bell, the junior, on that run. And for those of you who are concerned that we might actually be flying through the air, you're not too far off. We may blow off of this thing before it's all said and done here tonight, Art.
Well, we are on a half-inch piece of plywood here, Rhett, and the backing here goes up to about our mid-thigh.
Right.
So I'm sure that we could blow off pretty easy here.
They always make it exciting for us, don't they, buddy?
Yeah, we definitely don't get that all-star treatment.
Here's Van Vliet throwing one to the right side, incomplete down near the 20. And that was intended for number 3, Ty Holm. And the incompletion will bring up a big 3rd down now for the Grantsville offense back at the San Juan 40.
And good coverage there by number 14, Quincy Singer, the sophomore.
So we'll see what they draw up on 3rd down here. I did have a good conversation with head coach for Grantsville, David Millward. I told him it might not fit in the broadcast tonight, and after our technical difficulties getting started, it obviously doesn't. Here come the Broncos on a blitz, but they set up the screen, and it's going to be out of the backfield, complete for about 5 yards, but it will be a 4th down and 3 to go.
Yeah, Thomas Harden there, he read that screen just a little too late. He got it 2 yards too deep in the backfield and then turned around and was able to chase down the runner.
And so it's likely that Grantsville will go for it here as Van Vliet brings the offense back out onto the field. Down into the final 2:40 of this opening quarter. San Juan Broncos up on the Grantsville Cowboys 6-0. Here's Van Vliet taking the snap in the shotgun. They'll hand off to Murdoch, and he goes nowhere. In fact, he loses a yard, and the Broncos will take over at their own 35.
Yeah, trying to run off that left side, and just nothing there. San Juan's defense closed quick. Their backer core came up to help out on that end, and man, it just nothing ever developed there. I think he actually maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, right?
So the Broncos will get it back. In essence, that's 3 turnovers now. That one a turnover on downs. And so 1st and 10 for the Broncos from their own 35 here. We'll see the San Juan offense again after suffering back-to-back turnovers here. But they did score the opening touchdown earlier in this first quarter. There's Jagger Neves with another strong run. 11 yards, the ball is on the ground, and Grantsville says they have it.
Let's see if they say he was down.
No signal yet. One official is signaling Grantsville ball. All the Grantsville players are signaling Grantsville ball. And San Juan, I think, also feels like they might have lost it, but the refs are still discussing it. We might have a replay they need to see.
Well, he was either down by contact or did a ref blow the whistle because of progression was stopped. So that's, I think, what they're discussing.
If the play stands and the Broncos keep possession, it will be 1st and 10 from the 46. If not, it'll be Grantsville football at the 46.
This is a long discussion.
It is, it is. You'll have to let me know how it comes out here. I'm going to mark this down for Jagger on the run, an 11-yard run, and then
So I think they're going to replay the down.
Wow. So did they miss what happened? Is that the ruling there?
I'm assuming that's kind of like in volleyball where they, you don't know it, so you reserve.
Wow, there's some Grantsville folks that will be upset about that.
Coach is fired there.
Okay, so the refs say mulligan on that play. We'll redo first down. It's rare to see that. They did not know if it was a fumble, so I guess in order to be fair, Grantsville would say that wasn't fair. This time it's a little shuttle pass. The ball's on the ground again, and it's going to work out in Grantsville's favor anyway, unless Brig Palmer was down, but he's not. This time they signal Grantsville ball. So what a crazy turn of events. The Broncos fumble on back-to-back plays here. This one stands, and it'll be Grantsville ball 5 yards closer to the goal line at the San Juan 40.
Yeah, unfortunate for the young sophomore Brig Palmer, his first carry on that wide receiver reverse is fumbled and gives it right back to Grantsville after they got lucky on the previous fumble. So
crazy. So he got about 8 yards, but then fumbled it. And the pass was complete for 8. We'll mark that down. We're still in the first quarter in what has been a crazy and haphazard first quarter with both teams turning the ball over a lot. That's 3 for San Juan now, 2 turnovers for the Cowboys and a turnover on downs, but now a first down pass complete to the right side all the way down inside the 30 to the 25.
That was a great pass and a great read by the receiver to come back to that ball and keep his feet in bounds.
So 1st and 10, this time they go back to the ground, and it's Murdoch on a run off left tackle for a quick 6 yards inside the San Juan 20, and now Grantsville in business inside the final 2 minutes of this opening quarter, trying to tie this thing up.
Yeah, Grantsville's got a lot of momentum here. San Juan's got to stifle it here by getting a big stop, because it's definitely 4-down territory.
What's that, Art? I can't hear you over there.
Yeah, no kidding. It's getting bad. What you were saying a half hour ago, it's going to die down. It wasn't even this bad then. Holy cow, this is ridiculous. We expect this kind of win in San Juan County, but
hey, they're just trying to make us feel at home here, brother. All right, they're going to fake the handoff in the backfield. Van Vliet will carry it himself, and not much. Actually, excuse me, he does get 4 yards down to the San Juan 15. That might move the chains. The Grantsville folks are signaling so. And the refs are taking their sweet time. Now they will move the chains. So it is a 1st and 10 at the San Juan 15. And the Grantsville Cowboys on the move finally in this first quarter. Clock is running down to just over a minute to go. 6-0 right now for San Juan, but a good little possession here for Grantsville after they forced a turnover inside or on the San Juan side of midfield. And Van Vliet will hand off this time, and for a minute there was a big hole right up the middle. I think that was number 3 carrying.
Number 9, it
number 9.
like.
Okay, so he's carried the ball a couple times.
Yeah, Kai Fox was able to get in there. Like you said, there was a big hole, and Kai Fox filled it quick. But yeah, if you're San Juan, I mean, Grantsville sniffing the end zone here, and if you can keep them out of, let this quarter run out. It doesn't look like Grantsville's in any hurry right here the last 30 seconds, but just to get yourself a wind here, catch your breath, and, go into the second quarter.
This will probably be the final play of this opening quarter as Van Vliet goes right back to the ground, and it's Carter Bell on the carry a couple yards, and that should do it for this first quarter. It will be 3rd down and 5 to go for Grantsville when we start the second quarter. So 1 quarter in the books of this 2025 football season. It was a bit crazy broadcast-wise, game-wise, bunch of turnovers in that first quarter. 6 points on the board for the blue and gold here. They're up 6-0 on the Grantsville Cowboys as we'll take it to break here. We'll come back for the start of the second quarter. Stay with us. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Ready to own a home in Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, crafts personalized loans with top rates and expert support. Buying, refinancing, or building your dream home? We've got you covered. Sit with Britt and begin your home ownership adventure. Visit our local pros for all your mortgage lending needs. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit PrecisionRehabUtah.com.
Planning a weekend project? Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
Here at Lyle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lyle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
Yep, welcome back to Robert Stoddard Field at Terry Foote Stadium. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live as we sail through the breeze here in Snow College in Ephraim, and a touchdown for Grantsville as they get on the board. A pass from, let's see, I think that was a 15-yard pass from Dallin Van Vliet to Jackson Jensen, the senior. And so the first touchdown of the game for Grantsville makes it 6-all, and then they add the PAT, so the Grantsville Cowboys have taken their first lead of the game just 4 seconds into this second quarter. And Art, it was pretty evident that that was going to happen unless San Juan could find something special. The Cowboys marched it down pretty easily after the San Juan fumble right there.
Yeah, and Grantsville just showed their experience there in the red zone. They knew exactly what they were doing. They ran the ball a few times to end the quarter to set their quarterback up for a nice, easy little slant pass, and that's just what good teams do. But San Juan's not out of this, obviously, second quarter. They need to get Bo in a rhythm. They need to go some short passes, in my opinion, some quick outs, some comeback routes, and get him one-on-one with the defense so he's not thrown into a double coverage, into, too many bodies down there, so he can make simple reads and be successful and get him warmed up. And I love how Coach Christian always deals with his quarterbacks. You throw an interception, his philosophy is, hey, get over it, let's go throw the ball some more. And so expect that out of the Broncos. But, man, he just, as the ball blows off the tee out here.
What a shock.
You just need to get him going here a little bit. As a young quarterback, those interceptions, they dwell with you. And so he's got to learn not just the game, but he's got to learn how to get over that too. And he'll get through it. He's a quality young man. He's a good quarterback. He stands tall in the pocket. And like we were talking about, he's a great passer. He's got a great arm. He can go down the field. He's just got to learn that arm strength for the distance.
Well, the kick is on a line here. The Broncos are going to try the reverse this time. Jagger Neves gets the handoff, and down the sideline he comes. He's grabbed from behind, and wow, it looked like there was a handhold on his pads there throwing him down. It looks like it was a legal tackle, but a nice return for Jagger Neves out to the Bronco 35.
Yeah, I think if he would have brought him down backwards, we would have seen a horse collar tackle there, but because the defender rode him out of bounds, we don't see the flag. But good return, nice wall set up that time, as opposed to the last kick return that San Juan had. That time everyone was in its place, and they had a nice little wall set up to get some yardage.
We'll see now how this team bounces back from adversity after they've fallen behind Grantsville and have turned the ball over 3 times already in this first half. Nice little handoff off the right guard for Jagger Neves this time as the Broncos keep it simple and a quick 4 yards that time.
And like I said earlier, the offensive linemen now are moving their feet. They're not stagnant, and they're moving down the field. And that helps the running back out tremendously to find his holes and to make a cut and get upfield.
Neves will get the handoff again. He goes across the 40 to the 41, only a gain of 2 that time, basically the same play.
Yeah, and that time we just missed the block there on that backside. That defensive lineman came shooting through there just quicker than we could get to our gaps, and was able to make the tackle.
So here's Yeomans taking the snap in the shotgun, passes low to the left side, and eludes the intended receiver. They were trying to set up that bubble screen out there, but the incomplete pass intended. Is that Cole Duke on the field, number 31?
Yep.
Yeah, so
It would be.
he is in the game. We
must be healthy.
finally get a chance to look at the players here. We got a chance to settle down. We're not trying to hang on to the poles up here, but this is a big call here early in the game, back in your own side of midfield. Are the Broncos going to go for it on 4th down here? And it looks like they will, and they'll go up the middle, and that will not work. Just a couple yards for Jagger Neves, and it will be a turnover on downs. So that was a 3 and out. And that's one thing that Coach Christensen said in the preseason interview, that we're a team that can look like a fine form state championship team, and then real quick we can go 3 and out. So now the game rests on the shoulders of this defense here.
Well, we know how aggressive Coach Christian is. We know his game style. We've watched him for the last 4 years, in this kind of format. And this game right here, where we want to win it, you want to go out and get revenge for last season, this is a preseason game. You want to try. You want to put your quarterback in situations that makes him think. You want to put your line in situations that make them get out and block. And that right there is a situation you may be in the semis or quarters or even in the state championship game that you got to know, can we get this done in this situation? So kudos to Coach for trying it.
They pressure Van Vliet. He throws it out left side, and a lot of coverage down here. Brig Palmer had the coverage. Grantsville intended receiver wanting a flag, but he's not going to get it. Meanwhile, the ball's still sitting in the corner of the end zone downfield. Incomplete on the first pass from scrimmage for Grantsville.
I think if that pass would have been a little better, right out front of the receiver, they may have given him that, because Brig was, Superman's cape on that one.
Looked like a lot of contact, a little bit of
But because the ball was outside overthrown, I think good call by the refs to make that decision that, hey, that was, there's not no such thing as uncatchable ball in high school, but, there wasn't a lot of contact either. I mean, he was behind him. I don't think he shoved him or pushed him. He was there, though.
Somebody finally went down and just booted that ball out of the end zone down there. And now they get to the running back in the backfield, but still fighting for yardage is the Grantsville running back. That is Murdoch, and not much. In fact, maybe a loss of a yard on that run as the wind picks up, if that's even possible up here.
And the one thing I've noticed about Coach Barron's defense here is that we've seen throughout the last few seasons is the first guy there, he'll hold the guy up, he'll maybe make him stop, stutter step, and then they rally to that tackle. And I know that's one of his big coaching points is we get there. Once one of our guys gets there, we rally to that ball. And you're seeing that now. They are gaining some yards, have scored a touchdown, but for the most part, they're doing a good job.
It's a big 3rd down, and flags fly as Grantsville snaps the ball. 3rd down and 11 with Grantsville in possession at the San Juan 44, but it looks like this will be marched back on the Cowboys on a false start. So that helps the San Juan defense a little bit. Makes it 3rd down and 15 back near the 50. And a big 3rd down for both of these teams right now. Just under 10 minutes to go with the clock running remaining here in this first half. A 7-6 lead for the Grantsville Cowboys. Looking to beat San Juan for the 2nd year in a row. And the 4th straight meeting between these two teams. San Juan leads the all-time series 8-7 after that loss last year, going back to 1978. There's a nice open field tackle for Trip Palmer, I believe, over on the far side. A short gain on a completed pass to the right side, but it will be 4th down for Grantsville.
Yeah, Stetson Black gets in there, gets his hands up, and makes the quarterback make that throw a little higher, so it's not on a line, not as quick, and then that allows your defensive back and Tripp to get up there and make that tackle. And a great tackle by Tripp. Secures him, brings him down. Now a big 4th down for Grantsville and a big 4th down for San Juan, because you get this ball here almost at midfield.
Broncos looking for a big stop right here. Grantsville trying to push it deeper into San Juan territory with a 1st down, but they're actually going to punt the ball away. That fooled everybody. And the punter, with a bit of a lack of finesse here, boots it all the way out the back of the end zone. Looks like he's got the wind at his back.
Yeah, he does. You can definitely see the flags over here. They are headed north, and that punt went into the end zone and gives the Broncos a good field position still. It's better than being on your goal line.
All right, so it'll be 1st and 10 for San Juan from their own 20.
The struggles are real here, folks, tonight.
Did you say the struggles are real?
Real.
All right, nice pass to the flat, completed by Bo Yeoman to Cole Duke, I believe. And a quick 6 yards over on the far sideline, out across the 25 to the 26.
It's good to see Cole back.
Sure
They
is.
were wondering if he'd be able to be back this game with that injury sustained in that camp, but he looks healthy to me.
Bo Yeoman's now, if you'll give me a chance to compute this, up to 7 of 12 on the night.
Handoff up the middle to Jagger Neves.
Neves with a short gain of a yard or so. So I'll have to compute Yeoman's yardage. It was cut into a little bit with those 2 back-to-back interceptions, but San Juan now very quickly facing a 3rd down, but Yeomans completes it to Trip Palmer, who the defense has been keying on, but this time the big man makes the catch, and he's down around the 45-yard line for a San Juan 1st down.
And what a great read by Bo. You know, when you're running the RPO-style offense, you see 6 or more guys in the box, you know you've got pass options out there, and that's exactly what happened as Grantsville puts 5 on the line and backers in the middle, and great read.
Yeomans airs one out to a wide-open Jagger Neves all the way downfield. Makes the catch, and he's tackled as he's heading into the end zone. He's down at the 6. It'll be 1st and goal, San Juan.
Great read there, and great. How do you let Jagger Neves behind you so much on the defense? He was a good 5 yards behind the deepest guy.
Snuck him out there around the far end, out of the backfield, and we'll see if the Broncos can answer here. Yeoman's hands off, and Jagger Neves walks it right into the end zone. Touchdown, San Juan.
Goes back to Coach's pregame where you mentioned it once already, Rhett, where they look like a state caliber team on one drive.
Yeah.
And the next drive, they look like they're playing freshman ball. But great, hey.
(12-7), a 5-point lead now for the San Juan Broncos. 7:39 to go in this first half. We'll step aside and return to Robert Stoddard Field at Snow College in Ephraim. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
With over half a century of combined experience, Countywide Realty has guided more deals than any other local team. From farms and ranches to homes and land, no one knows San Juan County like Countywide Realty.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, we're proud to sponsor San Juan High School athletics.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Welcome back to Snow College in Ephraim, Robert Stoddard Field at Terry Foote Stadium on a windy Friday night. We are the opening game of the Rural Utah Football Invitational, a new event, kind of organized by, in assistance to each other, the Kanab head coach and Barkley Christensen and Art. A fun start to this event as Grantsville returns the ball back out to their own 40, and they'll have possession now, trying to answer San Juan's most recent touchdown. Pass is caught over here on the near side for maybe a yard, maybe 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, and they like that little swing pass so far. Grantsville has Van Vliet getting his running back out of the backfield, making the quick read, little check down, and giving him the ball, see if he can make some room and space. Because San Juan, they're running that zone out there, and so they're giving him that 5 to 6 yard space that you like if you're the quarterback for Grantsville.
I'll be able to stack my sheets again once this wind dies down for a moment, but now a wall of defenders and knocks the ball loose. San Juan will recover a fumble here and another turnover in this first half. The Broncos are going to take over at the Grantsville 43-yard line.
And it said, is that number 90? I don't have a 90 on my.
For San Juan?
For San Juan.
I don't know.
They got the fumble. No, it's 80. 80. Who's 80? Kai Fox with the fumble recovery.
Man, so both teams just definitely have gotten bit by the turnover bug in this game. The Broncos will take back over. And a pass is complete from Yeomans to Jagger Neves. He weaves his way across the 30 to the Grantsville 28. That's a pickup of 14. And a first down for San Juan as they are headed downhill now. And Neves with a bunch of yardage receiving in this game. Bo Yeomans in his first ball game, his first completion was a 40-yarder to Trip Palmer. And he's had a great start to his career here, Art. He's had a couple of long passes that have gone over his receivers' heads that have been picked off, but other than that, he's been pretty strong.
Yeah, he's got good mechanics. For a quarterback his size and ability, he's got great mechanics.
Oh, man, and that's a textbook open field tackle for Grantsville over on the far side as Neves makes a catch, but he's going to be dropped for a 4-yard loss.
That's where, as the lineman, you come back and you say, my bad, and the running back says, you're bad, I'll punch you in the gut. Because that's exactly what happened to Jagger. So, yeah, lineman just got to get those blocks.
Yeomans drops back. He has plenty of time, throws to the end zone, and it's off the tip of the hands, incomplete on a diving effort from Cole Duke, but there is a flag in the area of the pass.
It's probably going to be offensive here.
And I wonder if they would decline it in favor of the fourth down here, or if that is already a loss of down and yardage.
So we'll see, because Cole was in the defensive position even as the offensive player. Grantsville had the position on the football.
And they picked that flag up early, but
it
is offensive pass interference. So they'll mark it off on San Juan.
My eyes are going to water so much this wind, Red. I may be blind here in a minute.
We need you.
Holy cow.
We need you. I can't see numbers. No, I'm all right. But so they will repeat third down. It's third down in a country mile now. The Broncos all the way back out to the Grantsville 45, need to get inside the 20. And Yeomans will air it out to Jagger Neves. He has a step and he dives, but he can't make the catch on an outstanding effort. That's two great efforts, back-to-back plays that don't pan out for San Juan. And that incompletion will bring up a fourth down and very long, but the Broncos on Grantsville's side of midfield here.
Well, you talk about passes, and there may be some others say, oh, that was a terrible pass. I thought it was a fantastic pass. You put it where only your receiver has the ability to go get the football and not get a pick, and that's what he did, and that's just got to be, you got to come up with that catch. And so, great pass there by the sophomore Yeomans.
And this time he fields a high snap, and he'll punt it on that quarterback punt the Broncos like to run, and it's a pretty decent one that'll go down inside the 15. That's our first legitimate punt that's going to end up in actual spot yardage here. The other one went out the back of the end zone for Grantsville. So our second punt of the ball game. Between the teams turning it over back and forth to each other. Only two punts here in this first half. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Grantsville starting at their own 14.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that the Broncos are learning right now in these first two quarters, and they're going to have some great film, win, lose, or draw in this game to go back and prepare for next week. And a lot of it comes down to just assignment football. Where were you supposed to be? You know, did you keep your feet moving for your linemen? They've missed some of those trap blocks, those cross blocks, that they need to pick those up when they're leaving space out there. And defensively, I think they've done a good job here.
And Van Vliet will go right to the ground on Grantsville's first down, and a big hit in there from Trip Palmer. He had help from Nash Young bringing that running back Murdoch down, but Murdoch does rattle ahead over the left tackle for 6 yards on that play.
Yeah, I say that about the defense, and they let him get a big hole there. And as a defensive lineman, as a linebacker, the worst thing you can do is let an offensive lineman get his hands on you. You don't want his hands on you. You want to be swimming, chopping, clubbing, whatever you can do to get his hands off. If he gets inside the numbers on you and gets hand placement, you're cooked. And so you've got to be aggressive and get off of that block.
This play might be student body left as they overload the left side, and they're going to run a screen over here and a circus catch on a little swing pass here. They set up a screen over here with the wide receivers, and it will work for a first down out to the 30-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 32. So pickup of about 10 yards on that little flick right there.
Yeah, and that was a great catch by that Grantsville player. He caught on top of his helmet.
Carter Bell, he was out of the backfield. I didn't locate him before the snap, but 10-yard catch for the junior running back. So it's Murdoch, and Bell will come in for him sometimes. And this time they'll send this man in motion, so he may come out of a slot back position as well. Van Vliet gets pressured. He throws complete, and a missed tackle on the far side will spring the Grantsville receiver. Now he reverses field. He slips another tackle at midfield, still on his feet inside the 40 of San Juan. He ran a lot of east and west, but also some north and south. And a late flag as a Bronco player goes down well after the whistle.
Yeah, we'll see if that's a defenseless, I guess, receiver or not, but it's often Broncos got hit from behind after the play was over, and I think it was number 9 that did it.
That's going to be a 32-yard catch.
So defenseless player. That's what I was looking for, Rhett. First game of the season, I get tongue-tied.
That's all right.
Trying to hold this paper in front of my face.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're eating paper. It's kind of hard. Well, I believe the first down will stand, so it's going to be similar to that call in the first quarter. It's going to come all the way back inside the 50 for Grantsville, but I think it will be 1st and 10. On a 32-yard catch. And I didn't see who caught that, maybe Jackson Jensen. It's tough. Game one, we're all trying to get our footing, and they put us up here in the kite flying national championships wind. We could be flying it. We'd actually go sailing off this thing if we put a kite in the air right now. Even us.
Yeah,
Kite could even pick us up today, bro.
I don't have a lot of positive things here for Snow College in this event right now.
They got a small booth here, and they told us we were going to be on a large platform. They described it to me, a large platform. We're out in a large wind, I know that. This is a rugby scrum going on right now as they battle each other in a crowd, but Grantsville will push it ahead across midfield for 4 yards.
Yeah, and it's getting kind of chippy down there between both teams, and if you're San Juan, you don't want to play that game. You want to get to the play, do your job, get back to the line, get back to the huddle, and just go to work. You know, you don't want to be talking, you don't want to be complaining to the refs. Just go out there and do your job.
2nd down and 6 for the Cowboys as Van Vliet throws to the right side. He's, of course, got a beautiful release, too. Boy, that was a hard tackle over on the far side as that receiver got slung down, but it will be a pickup of 7 and a first down. As Grantsville moves a little deeper into San Juan territory, inside the 40 now to the 39.
Yeah, and Grantsville's just finding the space. They're picking apart the zone right there on that outside. They're finding the open grass, and that quarterback's locating the receiver sitting in space, and they're making the catch, and that's all that is. And when you play a defense that plays a lot of zone, plays a lot of off man, you can do that as an offense.
I think that might have been Brock Hodgson. I'll have to take a look. They got number 3 over there on the far side. Van Vliet, they get to him and sack him for the first time. I think that's Nash Young.
It is.
He's the one guy I can't read his number.
That's 0, George McNaughton.
Excuse me, George McNaughton, who led the team in sacks last year, and he picks up where he left off. That's a big loss of 10 yards for Grantsville.
Yeah, that's Big George coming off the defensive end spot right there.
George McNaughton with a huge play. That makes it 2nd down and 20 for Grantsville, all the way back near midfield once again.
We should be able to tell the difference between George and Nash. George is about twice his size.
Right. It's the wind in my eyes. 2nd down and 20 for Grantsville, starting from the Grantsville 48 now after the sack. Van Vliet in trouble, throws into traffic, and man, that was a beautiful ball. And number 5, instead of wrapping it up, Jackson Jensen dropped it. It was right in his chest. 3rd down and 20 now with the incompletion.
Yeah, he had space there. He was wide open, and you got to catch the ball, and it's one of those things that coaches preach all the time, and it's like, well, of course you got to catch the ball, but it's hard to do when you've got a lot of open field and you feel those footsteps and you're like, I got to get the ball and go upfield, and your head turns before you secure that catch. That's what happens 9 out of 10 times. Is now we've got a injured Bronco here that's going to have to come off, and this is sophomore Max Stearns, it looks like, and he has just been tremendous in camp, according to the coaches, and big, strong kid. Huge ceiling on this kid as a sophomore.
Not putting any weight on that right foot right now, so we'll keep an eye out. Hopefully we'll see him back in. Meanwhile, we're down to just over 2 minutes to go in this first half already, if you can believe that. First half of the 2025 season almost in the books. 12-7 lead right now for San Juan. It's been an entertaining first half, even though we've had a bunch of turnovers. These two teams have been duking it out just like last year. Exactly what we expected as Van Vliet throws incomplete again over the middle. Wind may be a factor, although, Art, I don't know if the wind's as strong down on the field as it is up here. I would wager not.
That was a pressure throw.
Yeah.
San Juan, Coach Bowering dialed it up on that play, and he brought the heat. He was tired of messing around with Van Vliet, and he made him throw that one quick, which he didn't get his feet step, didn't get his hips behind him, didn't rotate through the pass, and that ball goes right in the turf.
And I dare say maybe he was remembering that sack a couple plays ago, and that forces the incompletion. It's a 4th down, and the Cowboys will punt from right around midfield, and Jagger Neves fumbles the ball, and it goes into the end zone. They still fight for it, and Grantsville will recover it, I believe, for what would be a touchdown. No signal officially, and there it is. Grantsville touchdown, and that is the first time I've seen that. An uncharacteristic play by Jagger Neves, the senior, as he fumbles it into the end zone, and Grantsville capitalizes on the error and makes it 13-12. Wow, so the offense doesn't have to get it done for Grantsville. It's the special teams. If you can't run it or pass it down there, Art, you boot it down there and make San Juan have to field the ball in this wind.
As a coach, that's a let it go ball right there for me. The wind's blowing the direction the ball's within the 5. It's going to bounce out. You know, you don't want to. You just let that one go if you're Jagger. And as a senior, you got to understand that where you're at and just let that go. I don't know what the
PAT must have failed here, unless
the touchback.
Touchback.
Okay, I guess, but still, I as a coach, you're like, hey, dude, you got to let that one go. The wind's in our favor here. Even if it gets to the 5, you can't clean field that. Let it go. Let it bounce. You don't ever want to try to one-hop that, especially with the defense closing as fast as they are. Hey, so San Juan catches a huge break as they go.
A huge break.
As they go explain it to the coach over here.
How? Yeah, I'm not sure.
But that's a good. Hey, here's a good segue since we've got a little minute to talk about one of the new rule changes in high school football this year on fumbles. So, used to be you could fumble the ball and goes forward and goes out of bounds 10 yards from the fumble and you get the ball there. But this year in high school football, the ball comes back to the spot of the fumble unless it's fumbled out of the end zone, and that's of course a touchback for the other team. So, no more. Hey. We fumbled the ball, we need 5 more yards, go up there and act like you're picking it up and give it a good kick down the field or out of bounds to get the first down kind of stuff. Now the ball automatically comes back to the spot of the fumble, and that was basically the only rule change in high school football this year.
Well, we've got a small timeout on the field while they talk this over. We're going to step aside. We'll return to Snow College and Ephraim. It's 12-7, we think. San Juan in the lead over Grantsville with 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Stay with us.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
At Red Mechanical, we believe strong communities start with strong support, and that includes cheering on our local high school athletes. We've proudly served the Four Corners with dependable HVAC and plumbing solutions, keeping homes and businesses comfortable season after season. From the field to your front door, we're here for you. Red Mechanical, proud supporters of high school sports and our local communities.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
Back live to Snow College in Ephraim as Bo Yeomans throws complete on the left side. I didn't see who that was.
31.
Cole Duke on a 3-yard catch for San Juan. So the Broncos catch a huge break right there. Jagger Neves did not gain possession, so because it wasn't actually a fumble, he just made contact with the ball and it goes in the end zone. It is a touchback. And so Bronco ball, and a huge break for him as this pass is incomplete. Pretty good coverage on Trip Palmer there by the Grantsville defense. 3rd down now, and we'll say a long 6.
Great coverage, and me, the conservative here, I think I would have ran the ball on 1st or 2nd down, see if you could pick up some yards, because you don't want to give Grantsville the ball back. You've got the lead here. You've taken you got a huge gift on that touchback. So, man, you got to pick up this 1st down.
Yeoman surveys the field, and he throws complete on the near side. That will be a 1st down if it's inbound. A beautiful catch. Nice pass and catch just inside the boundary of the field will move the chains.
And that's that San Juan comeback that they like to run. And that's one of those things I talked about earlier, is to build Bo's confidence. But I think Bo's got, and he's going to get brought down here. But, hey, good decision to hold on to the ball and not just throw it downfield. We're going to get a timeout.
So he'll lose a couple here on this, maybe 3 yards deficit here for Bo Yeomans, but the first catch of the night on my stat sheet for Jonas Jeppeson on that previous play.
This is one of those things that I have a love-hate relationship with Coach C on. Me, if I'm down there calling the plays, I'm like a minute 15 left. We just picked up a first. Let's just let this clock tick, 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 and he calls a timeout. He's like, and that's why he's got 4 state championships, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
we all know that's the reason. He is an aggressive play caller. He believes in his offense and his defense, his kids, and he's going to go out there every time and score touchdowns.
So the Broncos on this timeout now be facing 2nd down and about 13. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Brought to you in part by Bradford Tire tonight at the center of it all at 39 East Center in Blanding. Colleen Kays, author of the 7 Dynamos of Organizational Power, and Creative Floors, covering all of San Juan County's carpet and flooring needs. Big thanks to all the sponsors. Going to try to get you in. It's been a crazy broadcast. We can't even hang on to our paperwork up here. We're about to get blown off the booth, but here goes the Broncos. And a nice pass over the middle. Early contact.
Yes.
And a flag out. That should be defensive pass interference. Should be a 1st down for San Juan. That one was pretty obvious right at midfield.
Yeah, he came across and hit him. It impeded his progression there up the field to catch the ball. That last pass wasn't a PI on the defense because he was there, timed it perfectly, and just broke it up. But that one definitely, refs correct on this call.
So the Broncos will have the ball on the Grantsville side of midfield. It looks like 1st down by penalty here. I think that might be the first time that's happened in this game. And actually, it will actually be on the San Juan side of midfield, it looks like, with the spot. Somewhere down around the 40, looks like the 46. So 1st and 10 right there for San Juan with just over a minute to go, trying to increase their lead. We thought they had fallen behind, but it was a touchback. The Broncos still have the ball. Now this one in and out of the hands of Jeppeson right on the sideline. That comeback pattern again. This time it doesn't work. That would have been a 1st down, and you'd like to have that one there, but with the incompletion, the clock stops anyway, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, a low snap, which throws the quarterback off by a half a step, and so that could have been with the timing right there and why just everything's got to work perfect.
Yeomans will hand off this time, maybe thinking this defense has fallen asleep on the running game. It's going to be a short gain, though, for Jagger Neves. Only a couple yards and another timeout for the San Juan offense with 57 seconds remaining in this 1st half. Broncos up 12-7. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Brought to you in part tonight by Crowley Construction. Dirt, roads, driveways, and more. For any job, big or small, call Crowley Construction. Dependable auto repair. Count on their team of ASE certified technicians for all your auto service. Also tonight, Diamond Designs, offering a wide variety of quality customized products. And Flights Gymnastics, proud supporter of local sports. A great start for your kids. And speaking of a good start, the Broncos had a good start tonight, went up 6-0, and then the turnover bug started happening all over the place for both teams. Grantsville was eventually able to get on the board. We thought they just scored another touchdown on a punt snafu from San Juan, but instead the Broncos have the ball here in the waning moments of this first half, trying to add to a 12-7 lead. And Yeomans throws complete to Jagger Neves on a circus catch in double coverage. No, they say it falls to the turf, incomplete.
I don't know
how. One heck of a catch.
I don't know how there wasn't pass interference on that as well, because that defender grabbed him from the back and tried to pull him before the ball was there. Just a missed call by the official there that was right on top of the action.
Maybe they're only allotted one pass interference per quarter. And so 4th down and 8 for San Juan on their own 48-yard line with 49 seconds to go in the half. Yeomans throws intercepted across the far side at the 42. So the pass a little short, intended for Cole Duke. And Yeomans will walk off to the sideline. A little disappointed in that one. The interception is the 3rd of the game for the sophomore QB. Even though he's had a pretty good game here in his very first varsity game as a sophomore, we believe this is the first ever sophomore starting quarterback for San Juan. I know it is under Barkley Christensen.
Yeah, he's learning. He's getting better. He just, little antsy right there. Big possession, big 4th down. Just didn't get his feet set and come through that ball what he needed. And he'll get coached up and he'll learn. He'll watch film. But a good situation to put him in.
So now Grantsville's got a shot with 45 seconds to go, and Van Vliet is flushed out of the pocket. He throws incomplete, but you can't blame him for that one. Right in and out of the hands of the intended receiver over on the far side, number 3, the man over there who was intended. I have still not been able to write his name down. You might be able to hear that it's windy in Ephraim, Utah tonight.
Now, if he'd have caught that ball, Jonas Jepson would have. He was squared up and he would have took him down. I don't think he comes down with that ball if he catches it. Jonas Jepson did a tremendous job at getting over there from his backer position and covering that receiver.
That's Ty Holm, by the way, the junior who dropped that football, so we'll disgrace him on the radio airwaves and on the video streaming tonight. Oh, that was nearly picked off as well. That would have been the 2nd interception for Brig Palmer, but I don't know that the wind didn't blow that to his right when he was thinking that was coming left.
Man, nice pressure there by Stetson Black, number 42 for the Broncos. Quarterback barely releases that ball, and he's a half a step, or he gets a sack there. But that's a pressure throw, and that's what happens when you get those pressure throws is you make the quarterback make quick decisions. He doesn't get into his progression. He wasn't able to step into that throw because Stetson was right there. Good pressure dialed up here by Coach Byron and his defensive unit.
Yeah, I've got Van Vliet for 117 yards on the night. As they go on the ground here, or was that an incomplete
26
pass?
On the ground.
So Murdoch with just a 1-yard gain. I mean, when you look at this 3rd-year starter, and the Broncos doing a great job hurting his game, not allowing him to be comfortable back there. This time he does throw complete on 4th down as they go forward, and now stepping out of bounds on the far side with time still on the clock. That'll give the Broncos the ball. That was an interesting decision and an interesting execution there that will now give the Broncos an opportunity.
Yeah, that was if you're going to throw a 4th down pass, you want to at least throw to the sticks. Give your team a chance for the conversion, but you don't throw it short of the sticks, especially in the zone defense.
So now the Broncos have a chance with 14 seconds to go. That drive just took 30 seconds off the clock for Grantsville, and they've got nothing to show for it. So San Juan now can take a shot to the end zone, although the wind in their face. We're going to have the running back pass, and it's short, but Trip Palmer does an outstanding job adjusting on that ball, and it's a 25-yard gain for the Broncos down to the Grantsville 25.
And a timeout by Barkley is going to burn his last one with 7.5 seconds. Great catch, great halfback pass there. Great timing, and Trip just open in space, and Trip comes down and he catches that thing about 3 inches above the turf, Red.
Yeah, that was impressive. I didn't know if it was going to be a catch. It was that close. But Trip Palmer with that long reach, that length of body, and he's able to make a great play for the senior and give the Broncos a shot. Now you can take a shot to the end zone here with 7.5 seconds to go. Incompletion may give you another chance, another shot, but I don't know that you want to throw. This is the final timeout, so you can't throw complete in the middle of the field here.
Yeah, you got to go end zone or out route. And typically you gauge 4 to 5 seconds on a quick play, and that's why you do those 7-on-7 drills, is because you're trying to get that 4-second route, 5-second route, and so that would give you two plays here in a sense.
Yeomans takes the snap in the shotgun. He'll throw toward the end zone. Trip Palmer makes the catch. Tiptoes the line. He stretched the ball. I don't know if the ref saw the ball. I thought he might have got it inside the pylon, but it's 1st and goal, out of bounds at the 2-yard line. What a play.
Yeah, great catch there by Tripp. Great weight, and that's what you do. You use your tall receiver. This should be a quick slant here. We're
Either
going to get a
that
timeout.
or a handoff to Jagger Neves is what.
Got an injured player by Grantsville over there, Rhett.
So the Broncos want some points here. They've got one shot now with 2.3 seconds left in this first half. Looks like we got an injury on the field. It's 12-7 for the San Juan Broncos. We got one final play to close out this first half. We'll step aside and return to Snow College. Friday Night Lights on the first ball game of the year here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Lee Collision Repair and Restoration in Blanding offers top-quality auto body and glass services. Visit us on North Grayson Parkway or call Jackson at 435-485-0069 today.
San Juan Credit Union. Your money, your future, your credit union. We have branches available in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff. Come on down and see us.
San Juan County Adult Education empowers adults with technical, business, and college skills to join the workforce, earn a high school diploma, or GED. Visit a USU Learning Center or email gina.grover@sjsd.org to learn more.
Back live to Snow College. One final play to close out this first half, as Jagger Neves takes the direct snap and the Wildcat. He goes up the middle, but he comes up short about a half yard, and Grantsville holds the Broncos out of the end zone at the buzzer here at the end of this second quarter into the first half. What a dogfight, a bit of a sloppy first half, an eventful and exciting first half. Well, the Broncos come up just short right there, and I don't think a lot of satisfaction for Coach Barkley Christensen with the blocking or the execution right there, and it will remain 12-7 at halftime.
No, you expect your offensive line with the caliber of linemen that are up there and the 3 returners for sure to get you 3-4 yards, especially with Jagger Neves at the running back. And kudos to Grantsville for knew what was coming.
Yeah.
You put Jagger back there in the Wildcat, everyone knew where the ball was going.
Yeah.
And they stood up and told the line and said, hey, if you're going to get it, you're going to earn it. And they held San Juan. And so that's another thing that they're going to have to look at going into the middle of the season, postseason, is how do we convert on this?
Well, I tell you, that was a real dogfight in that first half. That was a battle. That's what we expected between these two teams. You can see it's the first game of the year. You can see that the teams aren't obviously in mid-season form at this point, but it was a fun first half. I don't expect anything less in the second half. Probably see, I would assume, a little bit better execution, but one half in the books. It's hard to believe. A 12-7 lead for the San Juan Broncos after one half of play. We'll take a break. We'll try to compile some first half stats, and we'll be back to start the halftime show. It is Friday Night Lights live from Snow College and Ephraim on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit sanjuanhealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Utah Navajo Health System is a series of community health centers providing medical, dental, and behavioral health care to Utah Navajo. With operations in Blanding, Montezuma Creek, Monument Valley, Navajo Mountain, and Monticello, UNHS offers a remarkable variety of services to our patients throughout San Juan County and the northern portion of Navajo Nation.
Need fast internet in San Juan County? Emory Telcom delivers blazing fast fiber with no contracts and free installation. Power your home with reliable connectivity. Visit emorytelcom.com for details today.
Get the resources and quality of a big school education and the support of a smaller school at Utah State Blanding. Explore over 70 degree and certificate programs to find your perfect fit and experience personalized learning with small class sizes and dedicated faculty while getting the classic college experience. A Utah State education is affordable too, thanks to competitive tuition and tons of scholarship opportunities. Visit blanding.usu.edu to learn more about becoming an Aggie in Blanding.
In career and technical education, your classroom is more than a place to learn. It's where your future begins. Here, you'll gain real-world skills and turn your talent into opportunity. Learn the skills, build your dream, and step into your career starting today.
Monson's Quality Meat Processing in Blanding provides processing for both wild and domestic animals. They also carry USDA choice steaks, ground beef, and 14 unique flavors of handmade bratwurst. Monson specializes in friendly service, the highest quality products, and flexible timing, all at a competitive price. That's Monson's Quality Meat Processing at 885 East Pinion Ridge Road in Blanding. Call 435-459-1401 or find them on Facebook.
Desert Rivers Credit Union offers mortgages, low fees, and great rates for all credit scores. Enjoy local service and a nationwide ATM network. Desert Rivers Credit Union, for people, not profit.
San Juan Public Health in Blanding offers vital records, immunizations, WIC, and health education. Protect your family's health with our services. Visit 735 South 200 West or call 435-5873-838.
Need insurance? Jeff Nielsen at San Juan Insurance in Blanding offers auto, home, life, and health coverage. With more than 25 years experience, call 435-678-3223 or visit 60 North Main Street today.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
Last year I was at my lowest, going through some pretty serious depression. A couple of friends of mine stopped by the house and said they were worried about me. Said they'd feel a lot better if they could hold on to my firearms until things turned around. I think they saved my life.
If your loved ones are struggling, talk to them about temporarily storing their guns away from their home, because things do get better.
Ready to own a home across Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, delivers custom loans, great rates, and friendly advice. Sit with Britt and begin your journey today. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Planning a weekend project? Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
Here at Lyle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lyle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
Welcome back to Snow College in Ephraim. It is halftime with the San Juan Broncos leading the Grantsville Cowboys 12-7 in a gale force wind here at Robert Stoddard Field at Terry Footstill. We're going to have to rename this field. We're going to have to, I don't know, we got to come up with some name referring to wind at this field. I tell you, I don't know if it's normally this windy here in Ephraim, but it sure is today. They got us on top of the booth. We just happened to glance in the booth, and there's a completely empty desk in there that we could have been sitting at. So I don't know. Obviously a mix-up between us and the staff here. I think coaches are supposed to be in there. That's what we were told. So at any rate, I'm not sure what the story is, but it is a 12-7 lead for San Juan here after the first half of play. And we'll take a look at some first half stats. It is completely unofficial, but Bo Yeomans in his first game as a varsity quarterback goes 14 of 23 for 203 yards, 3 interceptions for him in that first half. So he's obviously going to be trying to rein that in. But Art, you know, not a bad first half for the kid in his very first ever varsity action, and as a young kid, first time a sophomore quarterback started for San Juan football.
I think you got to be, you know, really happy with the first half out of Yeomans. I think he made, you know, the traditional first sophomore mistakes in a varsity game. Even juniors and seniors, you know, their first time out as a varsity starter make those mistakes. And it just comes down to timing with his receivers, the speed of the game, his arm strength, you know, he'll learn that throughout the season. That's exactly why Coach Christensen plays these type of games right here with this type of competition, so that they're ready to go when they get to region play. But no, I think he's done a tremendous job standing in the pocket. I've liked the way he's read the field. He hasn't just always went to his first read. You see him down there making the progression. He's made some great reads in the RPO when they stack the box, and he's hit the quick, what they call the gift. You know, he's made some good reads on giving the ball up, and then, you know, he's actually taken the ball once. And so I think he's going to come along fine. I think that San Juan's got a great quarterback for not only this year, but the next couple of years, and I think he's going to complement Barkley's offense tremendously.
Yeah, the beauty is you got this kid for 3 full years, so definitely a good start for him. I think it shows a lot of promise. His pass sure is beautiful. His mechanics are outstanding, that's for sure, so that bodes really well for the San Juan Broncos. Jagger Neves, right where he left off last year, 93 yards on the ground on 13 carries. He does have the 2 San Juan touchdowns, a 21-yarder in the first quarter, 6-yarder in the second quarter. But Art, they couldn't get him in right at the buzzer right there. The Broncos would have loved to have had that touchdown with Jagger Neves getting stopped at the 1 by the Grantsville defense.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about situational football with Coach Christensen and these preseason games, and he wants to know where he needs to correct things, what things they need to fix with the interior linemen, with his receiver core, his running backs, quarterbacks, all those facets of the game, and that's why he runs those. That's why he calls those timeouts with where I would just let the game go to you know, run the ball, let the clock tick, go to halftime. He wants to know where his team's at right now so he can correct those things and get better going down the stretch, and that's exactly why he's got 4 state championship rings in the last 4 years.
That's exactly right. You talk about this Jagger Neves kid, obviously the senior, and he's got not only the 93 yards rushing, he's got 78 yards receiving on 5 catches in that first half, so he's been a big weapon for this Broncos offense. And again, all these stats unofficial for me, but Trip Palmer, 108 yards. I've got him for 4 catches. Nash Young with 2 catches, 15 yards. And I think these are way off. I think Cole Duke has caught a couple passes. I've only got him for 1 for 3. Brig Palmer, an 8-yard catch. Jonas Jefferson, a 10-yard catch. So really a lot of guys getting in on the action in that first half. I mean, Bo Yeomans with 23 pass attempts in that first half. Jagger Neves completed a 25-yarder as well to Trip Palmer late in that first half too.
Yeah, and that was good rhythm get down the field. Unfortunately, they don't get in the end zone right there like I know Coach Christian does. He likes to build those leads. Against a team like Grantsville, you know, I know he said in the pregame interview they go both, you know, they got players that don't go both ways, and he will. Mm-hmm. But you've seen a good rotation out of quite a few of these San Juan Bronco kids, and they've got some kids down there, sophomores and juniors, that are playing some good minutes, that are doing some good things, and unfortunately, you're going to make those, you know, sophomore, you know, junior that haven't played varsity mistakes. But overall, at this point in the game where you're up 12-7, I think you've got to be happy with where you're at right now. Now, there's a lot of things you can improve upon, and that's why they watch film, and that's why you have practice next week.
That's exactly right. And who knows what could happen here in this game, too. The Broncos do have the 5-point lead. I know that's not enough for them. They are going to have to kick the ball away here to start the second half. But Dallin Van Vliet, the junior quarterback in his 3rd year starting for this Grantsville offense, also threw a couple interceptions in that first half, but he did connect with Jackson Jensen for a 15-yard touchdown pass. I have him of 11 of 17 for 121 yards in that first half, and again, that could be way off. I could be cutting him a lot short in that situation, but The main running back, number 26, Rigdon Murdoch, the senior, 9 carries, 36 yards. And the main man, as far as receiving goes, looks to be Jackson Jensen, 47, 50 yards or so in that first half on 3 catches, and of course the TD catch in that second quarter. So not a huge amount of offense in this game so far. It's been very similar to last year, where these two teams are dogfighting it, and a low-scoring game, and we'll see how the second half plays out in this one.
Yeah, last year 30-36 in favor of Grantsville. 1 touchdown, is the difference, and that's, I'm going to call it now. It might be the last team that has the ball wins this game today, but it's going to be a challenge here to come out and for Coach Bowring's defense to get the stop. They need a big stop here to get their offense back on the field and go down and put 6 on the board. The other thing is extra points. Yep. They tried one, they kicked one and missed it, and then they went for 2 and missed it, and they've got to find a way, because a lot of games could come down to 1 or 2 points, and that's free money right there. You got to. Yep. It's like shooting free throws in basketball. You got to capitalize on those extra points.
Yeah, especially in a battle like this one, it could come down to determining the final. All right, it's a 12-7 lead for the San Juan Broncos, game 1 of the 2025 season against the team that ended their 37-game winning streak a year ago. They're involved with a dogfight with the same team again this year to start out the season, but a 12-7 lead for San Juan. Grantsville will be getting the football to start the second half. We'll step aside. We will return for the kickoff to start us out in the third quarter. Stay with us live from Snow College in Ephraim. It's Friday Night Lights for the first time this season on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
With over half a century of combined experience, Countywide Realty has guided more deals than any other local team. From farms and ranches to homes and land, no one knows San Juan County like Countywide Realty.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, we're proud to sponsor San Juan High School athletics.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
At Red Mechanical, we believe strong communities start with strong support, and that includes cheering on our local high school athletes. We've proudly served the Four Corners with dependable HVAC and plumbing solutions, keeping homes and businesses comfortable season after season. From the field to your front door, we're here for you. Red Mechanical, proud supporters of high school sports and our local communities.
Welcome back to Snow College in Ephraim. We got a special guest joining us now on the halftime show. It's the clock operator for tonight and graduated San Juan quarterback Jayton Knight. Man, it's good to see you again. And so they got you working up here today, huh?
Yeah, I got forced into doing the play clock today.
You got forced into it, huh?
Yeah.
Are you still living down in Blanding, or have you moved on after graduating?
No, I moved on. I'm up in Orem now. I just moved into my apartment. I'm trying to go to school this spring.
You getting a chance to take any snaps, play any football?
Not this year. I couldn't do it this year, but next year I'm planning on playing for Ogden.
You enjoying watching this young team play?
Yeah, it's fun.
And watching Bo taking over for you. Had a pretty good first half there for a sophomore kid.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was awesome to see him come into my shoes and just do what I was doing.
What do you think it's going to take for this team to close out Grantsville in the second half?
I just think keep the tempo up. Keep the tempo up. Grantsville can't keep up with us. I think we can just run it down them, and Jagger just needs to hit the hole faster.
You think if the Broncos can play up to who they are, to their capability, that Grantsville's got nothing for them, huh?
Yeah,
They look-
Grantsville has no chance.
They look really good against this third-year starter, Van Vliet, here. They're giving him a run for his money for sure.
Yeah, they are. He looks like he's been having a lot of mistakes. There's a couple, like, where was this last year moments.
Yeah. Well, Jayton, thanks for chatting with us, man. Get back in there. They need you on the clock. Good to talk to Jayton Knight, the former quarterback of the San Juan Broncos. Thanks, man. Go root your team on.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that's Jayton Knight visiting with us here in the halftime show. Grantsville coming back out to warm up. We got the second half around the corner. Stay with us. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
Lee Collision Repair and Restoration in Blanding offers top-quality auto body and glass services. Visit us on North Grayson Parkway or call Jackson at 435-485-0069 today.
The San Juan Credit Union, providing exceptional financial products in southeastern Utah for over 60 years, is proud to support our local high schools. With branches in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff, along with an ATM in Montezuma Creek, access to those products is easier than ever. The San Juan Credit Union offers checking and saving accounts, bill pay, a wide array of loans, and much more, all on a full-service website and mobile app. Plus, they're federally insured by the National Credit Union Association. The San Juan Credit Union. Your money, your future, your credit union.
Welcome back live to Robert Stoddard Field at Terry Foote Stadium, Snow College in Ephraim. The site of our first Friday Night Lights matchup of the season. The San Juan Broncos lead the Grantsville Cowboys 12-7 in a rematch of last year's game that ended the Broncos' 37-game winning streak. And it's a dogfight here tonight. Grantsville with the football to start out the third quarter. Jackson Jensen got a nice return out across his own 35. But the Cowboys don't do much on first down, maybe a 1-yard run from Murdoch.
Yeah, good pressure that time by the defense for the Broncos, and that's what they're going to have to do to get off the field is they're going to have to stop the run and put pressure on Van Vliet to make quick, errant throws, and their DBs are going to have to battle for that football.
So 2nd down and 9 at the 38-yard line of Grantsville. The Cowboys with the ball. And Van Vliet, Dallin Van Vliet, the junior quarterback, working from the shotgun as both teams have done all game, but flags now.
Delay a game.
I was going to say, this could be a delay. That took a long time. And that is uncharacteristic of a third-year quarterback. So obviously some sort of a cross-up between the sideline and the junior who was standing back in the shotgun.
That calls all on your OC, Rhett. That's him over there trying to gauge the defense, trying to see where he wants to go and not getting the play in quick enough for everyone to get in position. That's an OC. That's on the coach.
And a new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator for this Grantsville team this season. There's a completed pass on the far side, but great open field defense for San Juan. Trip Palmer was in there along with Jagger Neves, and it's only going to go for 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 13 for the Grantsville Cowboys from their own 35 after the penalty.
Yeah, if you can get a stop here, Grantsville's probably going to punt, as they've shown they're prone to do here on this side of the 40-yard line.
I didn't see who caught that. I would assume it was Jensen. The Broncos get to Van Vliet this time and sack him for the 2nd time in the ball game. And Stetson Black gets his first of the season. It's a 5-yard loss. 4th down and long for Grantsville back at their own 30.
So we'll see if they hold true to form as they do run on their punt team here. But I've seen crazier things out of punt teams. I think it's early enough in the game that if you're Grantsville, you're only down, a score, you punt this ball.
Jagger's got a chance to redeem himself back here deep for San Juan to receive this punt. It's a shanked punt that's going to take a roll, and a beautiful Grantsville roll. That's going to go all the way down to the 20-yard line, and it turned into an excellent punt for Grantsville. It started out bad for number 11, but it got a lot better for him as it went down the field. Jacob Mendoza with the kick.
A better recognition there by Jagger to just let that thing roll out, let it die, and put your offense on the field.
So the Broncos starting at their own 20 with 9:53 to go in this third quarter. San Juan holding the 12-7 lead after Grantsville unable to produce anything on their first drive of the second half. And sophomore quarterback Bo Yeomans will hand off to Jagger Neves. He cuts it up off left guard and goes for a quick 5 yards, 6 yards for San Juan across the 25.
Nice footwork there by Jagger to put his lead foot in the ground and cut off it, get another 2-3 yards off that first cut.
2nd down and 4 for San Juan. And that's the first carry for, excuse me, now it's going to be a short gain for Neves there.
No, it was a low pass, incomplete.
Nope.
Out there to Young.
So, excuse me, incomplete pass. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 3. You can't look down and do stats with this offense on the field. It'll blow right by you. Bo Yeomans is going to get his biggest carry of this game as he tucks it up and goes out to the 35-yard line. That's a pickup of 10 and a first down for San Juan.
And exactly what you want to see out of your young sophomore quarterback. The decision to just tuck the ball, and I don't know if that was called from the sidelines or a read, but he did exactly what he needed to do, pick up that first down.
This time he throws complete to the flats to Trip Palmer, but Palmer didn't get the blocking he wanted. Or excuse me, what are we saying?
Number 5.
Yeah, Trip Palmer.
Trip Palmer.
And he ended up getting knocked down by a group of players who was out here on the 35.
His own players blocked him into him.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time here with this wind, Rhett.
I know it. That's a 1-yard pass and catch. Trip Palmer's first catch of the second half, and now Jagger Neves springs free. He's going to get another first down on the far sideline for San Juan as he goes for 10.
And that was all Jagger Neves. He caught that ball about a yard off of where the quarterback, where Bo Yeomans catches it from, and then just weaves his way through the defenses. The offensive linemen are trying to find their blocks. He just made something out of nothing there.
214 yards passing now for the sophomore. And this time they'll go to the ground, and Jagger Neves running over Grantsville defenders who are supposed to be fresher than these boys for San Juan, who are going on both sides of the ball. Neves pushes him ahead for about 6.
And if you can get that line going and you can get Jagger going, it's going to be a long second half here for this Grantsville defense.
And he's over 100 yards rushing now as well at 106.
Option.
And Yeomans this time will
pitch it out to Neves. Little option.
And that'll be a first down for San Juan as that goes for about 7. So a 7-yard run for Jagger Neves once again. And
you got whistles out there for official time because Jagger has to come out.
Must have had his helmet come loose.
He's first game of the season, he has played his tail off. He's got to be a little tired.
And let's see, is it Stetson Black in for him? It is. And Yeomans throws a quick on the left side, complete. The man going down, I think that's Nash Young who made the catch.
Yeah, nice quick slant there. Nash just unable to keep his feet underneath him and goes to his knees.
Another official timeout here, this time as they set the chains. The San Juan offense too fast for the chains. That was a pickup of 7 on that pitch and catch.
That's what Jayden said right before we came back to game right there, is they got to go fast. They got to keep them on their heels, and that's what San Juan's at their best when they're going fast.
And right there, the chain guys conspire to keep them slow. They got to wait for this signal. They're ready to go. Yeomans from the shotgun. Still Stetson Black in the backfield with him. This time he throws a little bit too far ahead of Cole Duke on a comeback swing pattern there off from the far side on the wide receiver. So the incompletion makes it 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, a little quick wide receiver screen and just a little out of the reach of the wide receiver. Luckily it comes down, hits the turf, and doesn't go into a white shirt hands.
So the Broncos have to be careful here. They're in 4-down territory, I would assume. Yeoman's going to keep it himself and showing the strength in the running department. He'll rumble ahead for another 8 yards and a first down again for San Juan. 2 first-down runs for the sophomore quarterback on this drive.
Yeah, and what's happened is the first half, he didn't run but one time, and now I think Coach Christian's seen that the defense is relaxing around him, and he's able to take it.
He's going to throw to the end zone. It's too far out of the reach of Trip Palmer. He's unable to get a miracle catch for San Juan. The incompletion makes it 2nd down and 10. The ball is at the 24 of Grantsville. The Broncos with a good first possession here in this second half. They've worn the clock down to 7:43 to go. Now the ball is fumbled but picked up on the bounce by Jagger Neves. That was a pitch. Woo! That was a backward pitch, I thought. Should have been a fumble and a recovery. But they whistled it down.
I think it was a forward pitch, and so it's an incomplete pass. But it bounces off the turf. And
Rugby.
Yeah, Jagger's able to pick it up, but yeah, you can't advance that. I know that personally because coached in a game at Whitehorse High School once, and our quarterback threw the ball to our running back on a little out route, and the ball bounced clearly off the turf into our running back's hands, and the officials let us go in for 6. And I wasn't going to tell them how to do their job back then, so we scored and we shouldn't have. But, now unfortunately we've got a Bronco down.
Yeah, I thought we had Jagger Neves down, but I believe I see Jagger walking back toward the huddle. So I'm not sure who's down, but we do have a timeout for injury here on the field. 7:39 to go in the third quarter, 12-7 lead for San Juan here at Snow College in the first game of the year. We'll return Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
San Juan County Adult Education empowers adults with technical, business, and college skills to join the workforce. Earn a high school diploma or GED. Visit a USU Learning Center or email gina.grover@sjsd.org to learn more. For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit sanjuanhealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Welcome back to Snow College in Ephraim. It's 3rd down and 10 for the San Juan Broncos as we get back to action. Nash Young was the injured man for San Juan. Now this pass is low and incomplete from Bo Yeomans, intended for Cole Duke. So the Broncos find themselves in a 4th and 10 situation here. They need to get inside the 15 to move the chains. Of course, they could strike to the end zone from here as well.
Yeah, just a hard throw for a right-handed quarterback to throw clear back across his body that way, and to coming back in, and just a hard throw for a young quarterback, even a veteran quarterback, to make all the way across the field.
He'll throw again, this time toward the end zone. A lot of physical contact over there on Trip Palmer before the ball got there, but they don't call anything. No flags, incompletion, 1st and 10 for Grantsville on the turnover on downs.
Yeah, I think the officials thought there was contact equally on both sides, and they're going to let them play that out. Where if you're a Grantsville fan, you love it. If you're a San Juan fan, you think, hey, they might have given Grantsville one there.
So 3 completions in that series for Bo Yeomans, but the Broncos aren't able to get inside the Grantsville 20. They turn it over on downs. The Cowboys will start again. They failed on their first possession of the second half to get into the end zone, had to punt it away. And the Broncos defense goes to work as they stop Mr. Murdoch for a short gain. In fact, a loss of a couple here as Rigdon Murdoch goes backwards on 1st down.
Yeah, Thomas Harden from the outside backer position, able to get in there, and when Murdoch goes to cut back, he's right there in his face and able to stop him in his tracks.
2nd down and 12 for the Cowboys, just outside their own 20 now with the clock running. Under 7 minutes to go in this third quarter, a 12-7 lead for San Juan in the first game of the season, and Van Vliet fumbles it in the shotgun and just has to pile on top of it at his own 15, and a big loss for the Cowboys here will give them a 3rd down and 19. So not what Van Vliet and the Cowboys wanted right there. And now they face a 3rd down and long. And the Broncos can kind of sit back and cherry pick on an obvious passing situation here.
Yeah, you don't want nothing behind you here, but you also want to keep everything in front in that quick zone.
They're going to set up the screen to the running back, Murdoch, and a great open field tackle by Jagger Neves as he gets the head on the right side of the body there and prevents what could have been a big run. Instead, it only goes for 4.
Jagger was actually blocked out but got off the block, and the Grantsville kid stopped blocking before the runner was by, and he was able to come back and make the sure-handed ankle pick tackle.
And it's pretty regular that these teams throw into the running backs in this game. And that's obvious for San Juan. One of their all-stars is their running back. So, and Grantsville makes the decision to down this ball at around the 40 as it was taking a San Juan comeback bounce on this punt, which turns out to be a pretty decent one again for Grantsville. So the Broncos will take over once again, 1st and 10, as these two teams trade turnovers on downs or 3 and outs. And nobody's gotten any pay dirt here in the second half of a bit of a dogfight once again between these two teams. 12-7 in the opening game of the season, similar to what it was last year. And very quickly, San Juan out of the gate here as Trip Palmer will take a handoff. Palmer took a handoff from a slot back position there and did a little slot back sweep to the left side off left tackle and picked up about 6. So I got to give him a running play. How do I even do that? He's listed as a wide receiver here. I don't know what to do with myself, Art. It's hard enough just hanging on to these sheets up here. And they go back to the more traditional running back here in Jagger Neves. And he's only going to get 1, so maybe they got to start handing off to Trip here.
Yeah, and that's just one block not getting made right there. That's all that is. Just those offensive linemen need to be getting to their spots a little quicker.
And this is a pass complete over the middle that'll go for a first down. Not a very big gain, 5 yards only, but it's enough to move the chains. And Brig Palmer with the catch. San Juan's on the move now with a new set of downs.
Good hands by the young sophomore.
And now Yeomans will hand off this time, I believe, or did he pass it over there? Shuttle pass, and so that's a pretty decent game for Jagger Neves as the Broncos just steadily marching it down now. Another 7 yards for San Juan. I think I just spit on myself up here in this wind, man, trying to talk.
I tell you, my eyes are watering so bad, I thought it was raining for a second. This wind is unreal, ladies and gentlemen.
It is unreal. It hasn't shown any sign of slowing down.
It'll slow down for the next game.
Yeah, that absolutely. So Jagger Neves, I'm going to say a 7-yard catch that time and a 7-yard completion. I've run out of cubes to put Bo Yeoman's stats in. I think I'm just going to have to stretch the quarterback for this whole sheet in the future. Here's a nice pitch and catch. Brig Palmer almost sprung it free. He goes down inside the 20 for a 1st and 10 for San Juan. A big pickup there of 15 yards.
Nice slant route, nice read by the quarterback, and nice hands by Brig Palmer to bring it in and secure it to the ground.
That was more like a 20-yard catch, so 7 and then 20 we're going to say. And I think I've sold him really short in this game. I think he's had a lot more catches than I've written down and more yardage. This time the quarterback will try to run, and he gets a couple yards right up the middle. I will say he picked up 3 right here, 2nd down and 7. So he started to run a lot more than he did in the first half. We hit on that just a couple minutes ago about how that's kind of shaking up the defense. Jagger Neves now will run for a couple yards, and the Broncos have a 3rd down and about 4.
And a nice read there by Yeomans, reading that end coming off and giving the ball up to Jagger instead of keeping it himself.
So 3rd and 4, and they'll go on the ground again. Jagger Neves.
Trip
Palmer. Did he take a handoff again?
He come around from his slot position.
Same play. Took his 2nd handoff on this series. Goes down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for San Juan. The Broncos knocking on the door now with 3 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter, trying to make this a 2-touchdown lead. Yeomans will hand off to Stetson. Black this time for the first time in this game. And he'll go off left guard for maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And I like how Coach Christian is mixing it up here with the players. He's not letting them key off of just one guy back there in Jagger, but now he's starting to mix it up, get everybody involved to try to make the defense spread out, keep them a little deeper and honest.
And now Yeoman's on the run. Will toss it ahead a yard for Jagger Neves. And boy, that didn't really develop too well. It's only going to move ahead 1 yard. It'll be 3rd down and goal now. It was a 1-yard pitch and catch.
Yeah, it looked promising when it started to develop, but unfortunately Grantsville was right there and there was no blockers up the field other than the guy behind the Grantsville defender.
So Yeomans this time, play action, the backfield, keeps it himself, runs it into the end zone, a flag flies, but if it stands, it's a rushing touchdown for the sophomore quarterback. It would be his 1st of the season, but I'm guessing it's going to be a hold here.
Yeah, we'll see. Unfortunately, a hold on the offensive line. So negate the touchdown for the young quarterback.
Well, we'll see how they bounce back here with 2 minutes to go, up 12-7. This will make it a 3rd down and goal, but all the way back outside the 10-yard line now after the hold. So this will be back out to the... So they're marking that all the way back to the 16. I guess it's the spot where the foul occurred.
Yes.
Because I was thinking the line of scrimmage was much closer to the goal line than the 6. So 3rd and goal, but 16 yards to go. So 2 cracks at it here. Now they're going to mark it closer. That's what I was wondering. So they mark it 5 yards back to the 11. I didn't think I was off base there, saying it seemed pretty far to be moving out.
Yeah, I think they called the holding around the
It was
3-yard line.
Yeah, it was right at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down and goal nonetheless. So 2 cracks at it from the 11 now. Yeomans play action again, guns it over the middle, complete to Trip Palmer. They go up top as he climbs the ladder, obviously taller than his defenders. And so they get 7 yards of it back. And now 4th and goal from the 4.
And that defender was there right on time, and lucky Trip was able to corral that and bring that in, big strong hands. And now they got to just see what they can get here with some space.
Similar situation they had to end the first half. They throw over the middle. It's going to be knocked away, but I think we're going to get a defensive pass interference in the end zone.
Yeah, the problem is the defender had his right arm wrapped around Tripp's waist and then come through the body. If he doesn't wrap his right arm around the waist, he probably doesn't get that call. He's probably safe on that because he had good positioning, but when you wrap around the offensive player, you control their movement, and you can't do that.
And we've seen this contact all game long, Art. You know, it's been called half the time, I'd say. And well, the Broncos get the call here in the end zone, so they'll have another shot. And let's see, they line up with Jagger in the backfield next to Bo Yeomans. Yeomans play action, and they run the play with the quarterback up the middle again, and this time he gets into the end zone. No flags, touchdown for the sophomore, Bo Yeomans. His first rushing touchdown of the season gets the Broncos back on the board, and an 18-7 lead over the Grantsville Cowboys with 1:28 left in the 3rd quarter. And the extra point is good. It wasn't an extra point, it was a 2-point conversion. So the Broncos go up by 13, almost a 2-touchdown lead at 20-7 with 1:28 to go in the 3rd. San Juan has led from the start and now have a 13-point lead over the Grantsville Cowboys, the team that ended their winning streak last year. They'll be getting the ball back in just a minute, trying to answer this Broncos touchdown. We'll step aside and we'll return to Snow College. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Here at Utah Navajo Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
Need fast internet in San Juan County? Emory Telcom delivers blazing fast fiber with no contracts and free installation. Power your home with reliable connectivity. Visit emorytelcom.com for details today.
Get the resources and quality of a big school education and the support of a smaller school at Utah State Blanding. Explore over 70 degree and certificate programs to find your perfect fit and experience personalized learning with small class sizes and dedicated faculty while getting the classic college experience. A Utah State education is affordable too, thanks to competitive tuition and tons of scholarship opportunities. Visit blanding.usu.edu to learn more about becoming an Aggie in Blanding.
Welcome back live to Snow College in Ephraim, where Grantsville gets a good kick return following the San Juan's 3rd touchdown. And they will be all the way out at their own 45-yard line to start this possession. And
we promise our audio will be much better next week in the booth.
Yeah, they let us in the booth in Blanding, and come to find out it's the San Juan coaches who maybe could have thrown us a bone and let us in this booth over here. But here's an incomplete pass for Van Vliet as his receiver tries to climb the ladder. Very catchable ball right there, but unable to haul that one in is number 8 for Grantsville, 2nd and 10. And I'll get a name. It's just hard to shuffle the papers, ladies and gentlemen, and so you'll have to bear with me. We don't have a nice booth to be in or a clipboard, or even if we had a clipboard. I noticed you have a clipboard, Art, but it's just tough to hang on to these. That's Jordan Foss, and I should know his name. I know he's one of the big kids from last year as well, one of the returners, one of the many returners on this team. And now Murdoch, the running back, will get to the outside, and he may have picked up a first down over there as he goes for about 10, I think. It'll depend on where they spot him. No, it looks like he stepped out of bounds about 3 yards shy, a 7-yard run for Rigdon Murdoch on that carry. So he's up to 42 yards on 12 carries, totally unofficial tonight. We have 1:10 to go in this third quarter. The Broncos have stretched their lead to 13 at 20-7. We are in Snow College, or in Ephraim at Snow College on a very windy evening. We've been facing the wind all game long, and it has been steadily blowing at about 20 miles an hour, I'd say. And now the Broncos, a great job to pour into the backfield and stop Murdoch for a loss on third down. That's going to be a loss of 2. That'll bring up 4th down and about 6.
A great read by Jagger Neves there to come up, and also a great read on that backside by Thomas Harden, who was in pursuit and just kept moving, kept crashing down the line, and helped Neves with that tackle. That's just what you got to do as linebackers. You got to flow with the ball, you got to keep moving, and you got to find the space to make the tackles.
The Broncos sideline trying to get the home crowd into it here. There's a sizable Broncos crowd here as Van Vliet airs it out. Jagger Neves, a good job to look back and locate that football. He knocks it away, but I think they're still going to call him for interference here. It may have even been offensive interference, but he may be down with a cramp right here as well.
I don't know, Rep. Both officials are talking. The one official says incomplete. The other threw a flag. So let's see which official can, and they're going to wave this off, it looks like.
I think they might have been going to call offensive pass interference here.
I think it was going to be defense, but the one official on this side, on the sidelines, saw the Neves in there, but I think he got his hand in front, and the back judge who makes that call was correct on that he was in position to go for the ball. And once the ball's in the air, it's anybody's ball.
So Neves did a great job to turn around and locate that and knock the pass away. And that brings up what would be a turnover on downs.
Yes, and Neves is cramping.
Yeah, he's definitely cramping.
Yeah, watching the replay, Neves has position on the football, so you can't call pass interference on him. He's the inside man right there. And I think that's what the call was going to be, because his left hand was on the Grantsville kid's hip, but unless you impede his progression or his movement, you can reach out and touch a guy. You know, the old AT&T commercial. But I think that's what it was AT&T.
Listen to you, man.
But yeah, hey, good on the officials for getting together, discussing what each one. Obviously, the back judge had better position to make the call, and he waves off the flag.
I'd say I'd enjoy watching that replay with you, but the wind blows the video away from me before it gets to me. So 1st and 10 for San Juan as they get a huge stop here right at midfield. So Yeomans will hand off. Stetson Black is running after the cramps to the starting running back, and Stetson Black picks up where Jagger Neves left off and gets a quick 9 yards to the Broncos off left guard.
And you got to believe that Stetson Black wants to make this the best of the opportunity while he's in there to get as many runs as he can, as many yards as he can, to show his coaches that, hey, if you need me, I'm here and I'm ready to go as a senior.
Well, that'll end the third quarter. The Broncos up by 13. They did not have this kind of a lead in Grantsville last year, but here at Snow College in game number 1 of the Rural Utah football preview, they do over the Cowboys. 20-7 for San Juan as we head into the final frame here this evening in the first game of the 2025 high school football season. We're glad you've joined us. Come back to Snow College here in just a minute. It is Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
In career and technical education, your classroom is more than a place to learn. It's where your future begins. Here, you will learn real-world skills, explore your passions, and turn your talent into opportunity. Whether you are drawn to healthcare technology, trades, or design, CTE helps you take that next step with confidence, learn the skills, build your dream, and step into your career, starting today.
Welcome back live to Snow College in Ephraim as we get the fourth quarter underway. Stetson Black will take his third handoff of the ball game. He's going to rumble ahead for 2 and a San Juan first down as they get inside the Grantsville 40-yard line. And boy, a touchdown right here would be huge to complete this drive, Art.
Yeah, and like I said, you got to believe that Stetson, he knows the what's in front of him here, and he wants to show that he's every bit the starting back here, and that they can put him in rotation and give him the rock, and he's going to be productive.
He'll take another handoff, and he'll get to the outside as he turns up the speed, and he goes down near the 30-yard line. Another big pickup for the second-string running back for San Juan as he gets another 9 yards for the Broncos.
Not only a good running back, but a tremendous defender, but he's also a accomplished rodeo clown.
A rodeo clown, that's nice. Thank you for the insights.
That's right.
From the arena. 2nd down and 1 for San Juan as they're right on the Grantsville 30-yard line, and boy, it couldn't get much better for the Broncos right now. Using clock, gaining yardage, heading downhill toward the end zone. This time the quarterback will keep it as he goes off right guard, and he'll pick up another Bronco first down. Maybe getting too much yardage right there as he gets 8. And now we got another cramp. These kids in game number 1 of the season, everyone's going to start cramping up right now. Legs in the air. Opposition team helping you out. You know, you're down in the trenches down there. A Bronco helping this kid out while he's down on his back.
Oh, no matter how much you tried to prep for this game and fluid you tried to drink, it just drains you during the game, especially the first game of the season. You're trying to get into game shape. No matter how much you scrimmage your own team, no matter how many 7-on-7 things you do, game shape is real, and that's why you play these games, is to get into that shape for the stretch of the season, and that's why we see this. But, you know, if I'm Bo Yeomans and my numbers drawn up to run the ball, and I see Big Cash Palmer running in front of me, or Trey Bradford, man, I'm like, hey, I can just squeeze in behind this guy. No one's going to see me. It's kind of like a Prius getting behind a Mack truck and going through the hole.
We do have a Grantsville man. He's actually back up and going off the sideline over there. I was going to let you know that Friday Night Lights tonight brought to you in part by Four Corners Regional Care Center, a skilled nursing and rehab facility in a caring setting, and Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life in the Intermountain West. As the Yeomans hands off to Stetson Black again, and I don't know if Neves is still having trouble with that cramp, but right now Black is the man. And he gets another couple yards to the Broncos here off left guard as they near the 20-yard line.
Well, I think if you're Coach Christensen, you're seeing everything you need to see out of Stetson Black. You let him just kind of carry the load here and give an ample break to Jagger, because you need him on defense as well, but let him have a rest. If you've got a running back that can come in and spell you, use that running back.
Yeomans will hand to Black again, and he gets into a gaggle this time right around the 20-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 2. So short yardage these past 2 carries brings up a 3rd down and 6.
And here we go. Jagger comes back in the game now, obviously ready to go. But, you know, those big linemen, they've got to keep moving that line. Grantsville runs a similar style defense to what Coach Bowering does, where they run that nose tackle, that 3-man front. They bring down a backer either side. They like to bring the middles up into the A-gaps and try to get pressure through there, make your center make a mistake, and so they've got to just move the line.
Yeomans play action this time, throws a little bit behind Trip Palmer, who's not able to corral that pass, and the incompletion will bring up a 4th down right here. So the Broncos can't convert. Now they face a must gain right here from the 20-yard line, either the first down yardage or the touchdown here.
Yeah, and if you're, you know, hopefully you've had this discussion with your young quarterback, you know, you want to make 3 if the touchdown's there, go, but if not, use your check down, get to the first down.
Yeomans play action. He'll look to the end zone. They throw into the corner. Oh, and it was in and out of the hands. Nearly caught by Trip Palmer. Unable to bring it down in the end zone, and the incompletion will end San Juan's drive right at the gate of the red zone for Grantsville. So again, the Broncos unable to finish on that drive. They do hang on to the 13-point lead, but now Grantsville with a little bit of momentum after that stop right there. They keep themselves in the game with that stop right there.
Yeah, and I'm looking at my stat sheet here, and the last couple of years, Red, it's been possession, touchdown, 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 touchdown for San Juan, and now we're seeing the effects of a younger team with all these turnover on downs and interceptions and fumbles.
Van Vliet, flicks it to the sideline here, or to the flat, and gets his running back out of the backfield. Murdoch is able to rattle off about 5 yards.
What are this red? What's the red debris that I keep seeing on the field out here? Is that like tape from Grantsville, or?
It must be something.
I've seen it all over the field. And
I've seen it as well. And if you're San Juan's defense here, you want to keep that clock moving, so you want to keep everything inbounds in front of you.
A 5-yard catch on first down. Now Van Vliet goes to the air again. This time he hits Jackson Jensen. Jensen with a bit of a sidestep. Now he's in a crowd. He goes down, but it'll be enough for a first down for Grantsville. Pick up a 5, about 8 yards on that pass. So 13 yards on 2 completions for Van Vliet right there. And it was out of the backfield the first time, and then Jackson Jensen that time. So Grantsville on the move here as they get a new set of downs, and now a quick 5 yards on a run over on the far side. Maybe that was a pass.
There's a handoff to the running back, 26.
Well, that's what I thought, yeah. So Murdoch gets 5 yards, add to his stats. Up to 45 yards rushing. I think that's probably shy of what's going to show on the Max Prep stats at the end of the week. Boy, they got to Van Vliet. Van Vliet thought he'd go off right guard, but big Cash Palmer grabbed a hold of him there like he was a sack of potatoes and stopped him short. He does pick up 1 yard.
Yeah, there was a hole there for about a half a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But San Juan closed it up nice and tight and come in and laid a lick on Van Vliet.
Yeah, I don't know how Palmer got there all of a sudden. He appeared all of a sudden. I mean, can you imagine feeling like you're about to run through the line and suddenly Cash Palmer standing
Big old
in your way?
shadow comes over you.
Yeah, I don't know if he swam into that spot or how he got there, but he showed up. 3rd down and 3 as Van Vliet throws the sideline, and the wide receiver's a little crossed up there. Intended was number 3 that time, Ty Home, but nobody in the vicinity once the ball got there. 4th down and 3.
Yeah, I think the receiver thought he was doing a post route, and the quarterback thought he was doing an out route or a comeback, and the ball went comeback and the receiver went post, and when you do that, the two don't match up very often, Rhett.
So yeah, that's a big one. That's
huge for San Juan.
That's a failed 3rd down for Grantsville. I don't think either team has been super amazing today on 3rd down.
And if you're San Juan, this is definitely, I mean, they can still quarterback punt it here if they don't get what they want, but I think they'll go for it here. 8:10 left to go.
And Van Vliet does drop back to pass. He's got that beautiful ball, but he overthrows his man by about 6 yards, who was in coverage with Cole Duke over there. And boy, Grantsville in hindsight should have punted. Now they give San Juan the ball in Cowboy territory at the 40.
Yeah, not a good pass. You know, again, just not in sync with his receiver. His receiver not digging for that deep route, going for that intermediate. And Van Vliet, like you said, Rhett, overthrows him by at least 8 yards.
So
and give credit to Cole Duke, because he was there and he was bumping and pushing.
He was the closest man to the ball. It'll be 1st and 10 for San Juan in Grantsville territory. And Bo Yeomans will hand off. Jagger Neves back in the game, but boy, they get to Neves, and flags fly after the tackle.
I think they're going to get maybe a San Juan lineman here. They're getting really chippy down here. Both teams are. I think you need to get your team, both coaches, and say, hey, listen, keep your cool. It looks like it may be a face mask, but there are some, you can't be doing that right there. I'm not going to call out the Bronco, but you can't be, doing that kind of stuff. That's taunting, and that's going to get you a penalty. And they're going to wave this one off. So
yeah,
no harm, no foul on both teams.
I'm not sure what happened there. Inadvertent flag maybe, or maybe was it offsetting? Could it be offsetting?
No, because they didn't call any penalties.
Okay, 2nd down. 2nd down and long for San Juan. They're going to give Jagger a loss on that play, huh?
But like I said, San Juan's got to keep their composure here. They've had some couple players a little testy. Deep pass by Bo Yeomans down the sideline.
Trip Palmer there, makes a catch if he toes the line, and he does, down inside the 20 to the 17. It'll be a 1st and 10 for San Juan on a big passing play. So I'm going to say that was a 10, 20, 25, 25-yard pass, it looks like.
And a great pass by Yeomans, way to get his feet set and just get that ball out quick and let his receiver run underneath that and catch that ball on the sidelines.
25-yard catch for Trip Palmer from Bo Yeomans. Jagger Neves takes the pitch.
Grantsville was in the backfield waiting for him as they came pouring through, and another loss of yardage for the San Juan senior. Makes it 2nd and 11, now back at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, and Jagger's frustrated. He's just not getting the block up front, that initial first block to make that first level, second level, make a cut and get downfield, and he's getting frustrated, but he just got to keep pounding that rock. They go Wildcat.
Yeah, this time Jagger Neves is lined up to take the direct snap. He fakes the pitch to Stetson Black, goes right up the middle. He catapults over a Grand County tackler down to the 12.5-yard line. It will be a 3rd down and still 6 to go. They need to get down to the 8-yard line to move the chains.
And they're going to stay in this formation with Jagger at quarterback, Stetson Black at the halfback position.
And so that's something that Coach Christensen said we might see. Maybe even as much as half the time this year, but boy, Bo Yeomans has had a good enough game that he's been the man in the shotgun. I don't know what signal this is.
That's reset the play clock.
Okay, gotcha. So they're going to reset the play clock, but I don't think it's going to matter. San Juan's going to snap it long before. With 6.5 to go, the Broncos have a 13-point lead, trying to take down the 3A Grantsville Cowboys this evening. Kanab will play in the next game here at this rural Utah football preview. Jagger Neves off left guard, still fighting for yardage, down to the 5. It'll be a 1st and goal for San Juan. On a great effort from Jagger Neves, and that time they opened up enough of a, Coach Christensen calls it a crease. All he needs is a crease, and they gave him the crease he needed right there to get down to the 5.
Yeah, and I think one thing when they get back and they start watching film, they're going to see you want your linemen to continue that pressure downfield, and you're only getting a couple of them going downfield. You need all your linemen blowing holes down the field. Continue to block till the whistle blows. Don't be standing and watching the play go. Holy cow, the wind's getting worse.
if it possibly could. Look at that flag out there. It's just laying flat still. Jagger Neves around the outside this time, down to the 1, unable to get into the end zone, but he is down to the 1, 2nd and goal for San Juan.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what Coach Christian has dialed up here in his bag of tricks. They have run that formation and just pounded Jagger off tackle and up the middle. And so you've got to think he's got something in his bag of tricks to where it's either one of those little jump passes over the back or it's a reverse to someone coming around the outside in. But we'll see if he pulls that out or if he just continues to run the same play. And this is chewing up a lot of clock for San Juan.
Yeah, now that you're down to the 2-yard line, it's like the end of the first half. You should be able to get the blocking here and just go in. Neves goes right in behind his blockers, slides around the outside of the tackle and into the end zone untouched for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the evening, making it 26-7 as San Juan gets the 19-point lead and some insurance right there with 5 minutes to go in this game. The Broncos are up big now. Jagger Neves, 3 rushing touchdowns on the game, a 2-yarder right there. I've got him up to around 132 yards rushing. And we'll see if they go with it. Looks like they're going to maybe go with a 2-point try. George McNaughton running in the play here.
No, they're going to kick it.
Oh, they will kick it, okay.
Tripp's back there ready to go.
McNaughton coming in to block on the outside.
I think Tripp's saying they don't have enough guys out there. The coach
well,
is like,
doesn't matter. Just go ahead and kick it. So you got the play clock to deal with. The snap is high, and Palmer actually catches it. Now looks to pass, but he's just going to take a sack. And that was a bit of a gaggle from the start there for San Juan. So the PAT fails. It remains 26-7.
And they only had 10 guys out there.
There you go. So, yeah, somebody was mixed up, that's for sure. And that didn't work out too well, but the Broncos do have a 19-point lead as we head into the final 5 minutes. 26-7 for the San Juan Broncos in the opening game of the season at Snow College. Stick around. We'll be right back. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Monson's Quality Meat Processing and Blanding provides processing for both wild and domestic animals. They also carry USDA choice steaks, ground beef, and 14 unique flavors of handmade bratwurst. Monson specializes in friendly service, the highest quality products, and flexible timing, all at a competitive price. That's Monson's Quality Meat Processing at 885 East Pinion Ridge Road in Blanding. Call 435-459-1401 or find them on Facebook.
Desert Rivers Credit Union offers mortgages, low fees, and great rates for all credit scores. Enjoy local service and a nationwide ATM network. Desert Rivers Credit Union, for people, not profit.
Welcome back to Snow College in Ephraim, where the wind has been blowing all afternoon and into the evening here. You'd think the sun hasn't set yet, so that's why the wind is still blowing, but man, it's been a gale force all game. We're well into the fourth quarter now, down to 5 minutes to go in this ball game, and the Broncos have just stretched their lead to 19 points, 26-7. Grantsville returned the ensuing kick to the 35. And that's where they'll start right now, 1st and 10. Obviously, at this point, Art having to score on this possession.
Yeah, Grantsville's got to open up their offense and get down the field quick.
Woo, Jagger Neves almost intercepted that in the linebacker position, but instead it's going to be a 12-yard pass for Van Vliet as he completed it right over the middle.
Yeah, great little zone read there by Van Vliet and his receiver, like I said before, finding that space in the open grass, and that's what the zone does, is it allows for quarterbacks to find their receivers, and almost got a hand on it, but almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
So a 12-yard pass, number 8 on the catch that time. I'll get his name in just a minute, but around the end here, that took a long time for Murdoch to get to that hole, and it's only going to give him 2 yards net.
Yeah, it was a great job there by Stetson Black to stretch that play out from his defensive end position. Even though he was getting blocked, he maintained position, stretched it out, and made the running back cut back up into the defense, which is exactly what you want your outside end or backer to do.
Jordan Fossen, I don't know why I keep forgetting his name, but Jordan Fossen, one of their bigger players. And we got another pass on the way, but the Broncos get to Van Vliet and drop him in the backfield for the 3rd time tonight. And Art, that's that pressure the Broncos have been good at all game long in this one against Grantsville.
Well, they dialed it up there before the snap. They had 6 guys on the line of scrimmage, and I'm surprised that Grantsville didn't audible out of a long pass, because you don't have the time. Right there, you got either audible to a quick slant, a run, a wheel pass, something like that, but you can't go 30 yards down the field when you got that kind of pressure. And Thomas Harden able to just step in there and make a huge sack.
I think this wind is sucking the power out of our brains. Well, it's a dangerous pass over the middle from Van Vliet, nearly intercepted for the 4th time tonight by Brig Palmer, but he was unable to snag that. He's got 2 interceptions on the game. He could have possibly had 4. It looks like Grantsville's going to swing in the punt team here on 4th and long. Just 3 minutes to go in this game. What are we doing here?
Yeah, they're going to punt. You're 26-7. You know you don't want San Juan to go down and score on you again. You want to make it a respectable loss. But that hit Brig right in the numbers. That's the worst place to hit a guy.
And this punter hits it sky high. And we got guys tackling each other down here. And now the ball's going to take a San Juan bounce. These guys, it's like a comedy show, them trying to get the ball down here. And San Juan's going to have good starting field position at their own 38, it looks like, where they finally downed it. I guess San Juan must have been blocked into falling down here, because you can't tackle a guy, and then he just laid on top of him. I guess that's okay.
Well, if you're an offensive lineman, you get a pancake stat for that.
Well, there you go. So he got a stat. Well, I don't know. That was special teams, so I don't even know. He probably won't even get notified for that at all.
We don't keep special team stats.
Except for that near touch. If that would have been a touchdown, I guess we'd have kept that for Grantsville. Earlier, we thought Grantsville might have recovered a fumble in the end zone for a touchdown, but it was a touchback.
Jace Razor now in halfback for the Broncos.
So San Juan starting to get some even more underclassmen than the sophomores who are out there right now. And so the Broncos heading downhill here in the final 3 minutes of this one, looking for a victory in game 1 against the team that ended their 37-game winning streak a year ago. So the Broncos looking to complete some revenge here. And I know that's not the biggest thing, and I know this team's got a long way to go. They've got to get into the film, obviously, but it's been a great first game for not only Bo Yeomans as the sophomore, but for the team in spurts. They've had things obviously to work on, but moments of greatness as well in this one.
Yeah, and this is good sportsmanship, good gamesmanship here by Coach Christensen. Obviously, Grantsville punted, which shows that, they pretty much accepted the fate of their team, and so Coach Christensen taking time now, not running as quick as he was during the game, setting up his play calling, going to run that play clock down, and that's just good gamesmanship by both coaches.
So 3rd down now and 8 after Razor gets a couple yards net over these last couple handoffs. And the Broncos are going to move to 1-0 on the year, on the brand new year. And Bo Yeoman's first completion of his varsity career was a 40-yarder to Trip Palmer. He's gone on to, I'll have to compute it here at the end of the game, but he's thrown pretty well in this game. He did not get to throw for a touchdown in this ball game. It's been all rushing TDs for San Juan. Of course, when you got Jagger Neves as your running back, that helps out. The Broncos are going to punch it ahead here for about 6. So it'll be 4th down and short, 4th down and 2. Art, I thought maybe by the 4th quarter we'd have less wind up here tonight, but
brutal.
It wasn't to be. We're about to get blown off the top of this thing out here tonight. Meanwhile, folks in the stands are sitting comfortably down a little bit lower than us, but we're up here like a lightning rod on the top of the stands up here, man. And the Broncos taking their time, obviously. We're down into the final 45 seconds now of this ball game. I think they probably have to snap it one more time on 4th down.
I think they're going to take a delay game here.
Okay. So delay a game.
Timeout.
A timeout, and then maybe, I don't know if they'll punt or what they'll do here.
Either punt it or go for it on a run here. You don't, no harm, no foul if you do. I mean, if you throw a long bomb, that kind of makes the opposing team a little, a little less happy when they slap hands at the end of the game. But if you try to run for a 1st down and pick it up, even if you run for 1st down and get a touchdown, there's no harm in that. So we'll see what Coach Christian decides to do here, whether it's a quick punt from his quarterback or if he decides to try to pick up this 1st down and down the ball and win the game here with his offense on the field.
Well, with this timeout, Friday Night Lights brought to you in part tonight by Napa Motor Parts. Get everything you need in Blanding and Monticello. Peterson Medical, providing high-quality home health care to Utah residents for over 50 years. Primary Residential Mortgage. With 30 years of know-how, they'll structure the best deal for you. San Juan Pharmacy, serving San Juan County and supporting local teams for decades. And Westcott Motors, San Juan County source for quality, affordable vehicles. I was trying to say westcott-motors.com.
This is going to be close, Rhett.
They went for it. I can't believe it.
Run up the middle by Jace Razor.
Student body up the middle, and it may not have panned out here.
He was backing up the truck. So we'll see if the official gives it to him, and they're not. If I'm Coach Christian, I'd call for a measurement. But we'll put our defense on the field and end the game.
That's funny. With 32 seconds to go, you call for a measurement.
Why not?
Yeah. Well, this is how it's going to conclude. Grantsville might take a couple shots here, I think. These younger guys out here for San Juan, excited they get to come out and play some prevent defense here. But
we have got 90% JV team out here now.
They're gonna have to focus. It's Dallin Van Vliet and the starting offense out for Grantsville, so you know they want to punch one in here in the waning moments. He's got that flick over to the far side, completes it for 13 yards.
Mike and Keith with the sure tackle out there. So you got varsity guys still out there helping out, making sure. But yeah, 23 seconds. Here goes Grantsville, trying to get their guys back.
Yeah. And Van Vliet will step in the pocket and nearly throws an interception. That would have been a miracle interception for a young man for San Juan. Cameron Adair, we've heard of that guy before. That's why you're just up here laughing. I don't know his number.
He's gonna get dogged on the way home for that one.
That's hilarious.
That was right in the hands, man. Like I said, it's the hardest place to catch a ball is when it hits you right between the numbers.
Oh man, that could have been glory. He could have had glory on the way home. Now it's like getting coal for.
He had
Christmas.
ran to the wrong end zone. I have dreams of that, Rhett.
Oh, Van Vliet is hit as he throws, and it is picked off this time. It's not Cameron Adair, though. It's number 11 for the Broncos.
Grady Lacey.
As these young guys come on the field and force the fifth turnover of the game, I think, for Grantsville with 6 seconds to go. So that is how it is going to end here tonight. They'll take a knee and call it good. The Broncos are going to win it here tonight, 26-7. as the JVD comes out on the field and shuts down this starting Grantsville offense.
That's the thing when you get those, some of those JV kids are seniors, and when you get a team like San Juan, you play the role you play, and when you get a chance to get on the field, man, you make the most of it, and that's what we've seen out of the last 4 years is those younger kids get on there and they don't know that, that they're not just supposed to go out there and, let the ball game in. They want to go out there and they want to make a name for themselves.
Bo Yeomans gets that ball from the referee. I don't know that won't go in a shadow box. Bo Yeomans starting as a sophomore quarterback for the first time in what could be San Juan football history. I don't know, that goes back a long way. Definitely under Barkley Christensen, it's the first time a sophomore has started, and the sophomore gets a victory here tonight along with his team who take down the Grantsville Cowboys who play in the 3A ranks. A little bit of revenge on the team who ended their 37-game winning streak a year ago. The Broncos win it tonight, 26-7. We'll take a break. I'll try to get some final stats. We'll see if Coach Barkley Christensen will come up and chat with us. Come back to Snow College in Ephraim. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Since 2009, Blue Mountain Hospital has set the standard for rural health care, bringing excellence in healing, quality care, and inspired staff to San Juan County. We offer the county's only accredited sleep center, compassionate labor and delivery, top-tier emergency care, and flexible dialysis options. At BMH, our comprehensive services are delivered by a passionate team. Visit bmhutah.org to learn more. We can't wait to meet you.
San Juan Public Health in Blanding offers vital records, immunizations, WIC, and health education. Protect your family's health with our services. Visit 735 South 200 West or call 43558733838.
Need insurance? Jeff Nielsen at San Juan Insurance in Blanding offers auto, home, life, and health coverage. With more than 25 years experience, call 435-678-3223 or visit 60 North Main Street today.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
In the scope of a lifetime, 10 minutes may seem like no time at all. But when it comes to suicide, 10 minutes is often long enough to reconsider the decision to end one's own life. If you have a friend or family member who is struggling with suicide or depression, talk to them about temporarily storing their firearms away from their home, because even a 10-minute delay can make a lifetime of difference. Let's help end tragic firearm deaths in Utah.
Ready to own a home across Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, delivers custom loans, great rates, and friendly advice. Sit with Britt and begin your journey today. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit precisionrehabutah.com.
Planning a weekend project? Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
In 1957, Lyle and Clea Johnson founded Lyle Northern Electric. What began as a small business in their family home has grown into the prominent local company it is today, a third-generation owned and operated company. Lyle Northern Electric is honored to have served the people of San Juan County for the past 65 years and is a proud supporter of high school sports.
With over half a century of combined experience, Countywide Realty has guided more deals than any other local team. From farms and ranches to homes and land, no one knows San Juan County like Countywide Realty.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, we're proud to sponsor San Juan High School athletics.
Welcome back to Snow College in Ephraim as we open the postgame show here on Friday Night Lights. The San Juan Broncos win it 26-7 over the Grantsville Cowboys, and we're joined now by the senior running back Jagger Neves. And Jagger, not the most perfect game in the world, but you guys get the win here tonight.
A lot of mistakes happened, but played our best.
Well, what happens now? You guys go look at film and get ready for next game, right?
Yes, sir. Beaver.
Well, tell me what the things were that you liked about this game tonight.
I like that it wasn't hot.
Yeah, we're up here getting blown off the top of the booth all game. You guys are down there.
Yeah.
So you got 3 touchdowns in the game. Pretty impressive for you. Good start for your first game of your senior year.
Thank you.
So tell me about, I guess, this new quarterback. Bo Yeoman's had a pretty decent game starting as a quarterback tonight. What's your thoughts about him?
He'll only get better.
That's right. And you not only did you run for, I got you for, and I know this is way off, but I've got you for 132 yards rushing tonight, 3 touchdowns, but 96 yards receiving as well. So you're that double threat for San Juan this year, through the air and also on the ground, of course.
Yes, sir.
So you're the man to stop, obviously.
Yep.
Tell me what Coach Christensen said to you guys in the crowd, in the huddle there after the game.
When we were over there?
Yeah, just after the game.
He said that they're a great team. They're number 3 in 3A, and we just played our hardest.
Are you pretty excited about the win here tonight?
Yeah. I could have done a lot better. You know, I dropped some passes, fumbled, but got a lot of things to work on.
So what will you do in practice this coming week to get ready for Beaver coming to your place?
Take things more seriously.
You think you weren't taken seriously enough, just as a team, or you individually, you say?
Me individually.
Really? Okay. Well, that's taking a lot of responsibility for it. That's a senior leadership right there, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congratulations on the win. Not perfect, I know. Yep. Got a long season ahead, man. Long opportunity. You know that these seasons are long. You know you got a lot of work each season to get where you want to be at the end of the year.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Jagger. Have a good one. Enjoy the ride home, man.
Yep, thanks.
All right, that's Jagger Neves, who indeed did rush today for 132 yards. 3 touchdowns on the game, leading the San Juan Broncos to the victory here tonight. And so San Juan wins it here 26-7. We're going to have Barkley Christensen join us as well. Barkley, thanks for coming up and braving the wind up here. We've been blowing off the top of the booth up here tonight, man. And I know, it's like I was talking with Jagger, I know it wasn't perfect for you guys tonight. I know you've got a long way to go this season, but Bo gives you a pretty good game in his first start as a sophomore, and you get the win.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of what of course, we're glad we got the win out of it. It was a different win than we're used to.
Yeah.
Defense played phenomenal, right? But yeah, I mean, when it's that ugly, you're always glad to be on the winning side. But yeah, a ton to learn from. Obviously, we're happy we haven't beat. Our staff has never beat that team.
Yep.
And to do it with such young kids.
Yep.
And the way they battled. yeah, proud of our guys.
I loved how they battled. Even your first possession, when you scored that first touchdown, you dealt with a penalty. You kind of went forward and backward that time, and you guys just stuck with it in classic San Juan style. Ended up going all the way down the field, punching it in for that first TD. That was huge. That kept you in the lead all game.
Yeah, and that's how we obviously want to start. But then when we start getting tired, we have to find that extra gear, which they found in the second half. It seemed like we hit our second wind, and we were marching it, and we wore them down, which if you were to, say one team was going to get more exhausted in the second half, I would have thought us, because
That's what you said.
we have so many guys going, both ways, and they didn't.
Yeah.
And so very proud of our guys just for battling, finding that second win. And that's again why they do what they do all summer long, and people think we're crazy, but that's why.
Well, it's a testament to you guys' conditioning, and you talked about, you'll see in this game, if you get toward the end of the game and you see that they've got more gas than you, then you got to do more conditioning. But I think it's a testament to who you guys are and how you work, like you said, through the summer, through the season, and you guys were more conditioned than them, it turns out, even though they're a bigger team.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just our kids being tough.
Yep.
I mean, it's them knowing how hard they've worked, and they're not going to let one slip. And so just a testament to them and how tough they are.
Well, tell me what you thought about Bo here tonight in his first start as a sophomore.
I thought he hung in there. It's pretty scary to go in against that defense. They were doing some, in their little, their pinch, and they're bringing guys outside. And he had some pressure. Obviously, we wish we could get those interceptions back, but he hit some big plays.
Yeah, he did.
He hung tough. Obviously, missed some throws, a little inaccurate.
Yeah.
But for the most part, he hung in there, and he again, the kid's a winner. I mean, it might not be. I've always said ever since I've watched Bo, I said he's a winner, and it may not be the prettiest thing in the world, but he wins. He finds a way to win.
Well, everything went just like you said. He's got a beautiful ball when he throws. He can huck it down the field. He just might need to rein it in a little bit for the accuracy. It's just exactly like you said, and he's a sophomore. That's obviously going to come. You got 3 years with him, so.
Exactly.
And you guys did a great job getting pressure on the third-year starter this year in Van Vliet. You rushed him all game long. You gave him a real tough game.
Yeah, credit to our defense. I thought Bobby did a really good job of just keeping it simple with a pretty young defense, right? And we had a couple injuries. Guys go down, and guys step up, and we were just plugging and playing. And I thought we had a really good plan for what they were trying to do, and our guys manned up. That's what makes it possible, is we have DBs that can man up, and so everyone else is just free reign. Very proud of our guys, man.
Well, I know you don't lean back and relax on the way home. I know you start looking at film already on the way home. Is it a joy to go home after this win? Are you excited about it? Are you able to go home and enjoy this, or you just got to go to work immediately?
No, we're going to enjoy it. I'm not going to be the guy that says, but Beaver is a big one, right?
Yeah, it is big.
That's kind of become a little rival for us, and it's fun to have that at home. And so, no, I'm going to enjoy the heck out of this one, man. These kids I'm super proud of them.
It is cool to have a young team come in like this, and we've said it with you guys over the years. Who are these kids? They're unproven for the most part, and come in and put a good showing on the field like this here tonight.
Yeah, and the cool thing is there's a lot of kids that didn't even play that have been getting reps. They just didn't get an opportunity tonight, and so there's a long season, more kids that were sitting on the sideline that very well could have contributed as well tonight too. So I think it's just going to get funner.
Good start to the season for you guys, and a fun one next week too when Beaver comes to town. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll talk with you in a week's time when you guys get ready to kick it off.
Thank you, guys. Football season's back.
Yeah, man. Good job, Coach. Good win. Thanks, Coach Barkley Christensen, for chatting with us as his team wins it tonight 26-7 over the Grantsville Cowboys. Let me mention some final stats before we close it out, and we'll get Art back on the mic here as well and have some closing thoughts. But Bo Yeoman, speaking of the sophomore, ended tonight. This is entirely unofficial, by the way. I think I've struggled mightily tonight in the gale force wind trying to get these stats written down, but I've got him for 286 yards, 23 of 38 on the night. He did throw the 3 interceptions, did not get the opportunity to throw for a touchdown tonight because Jagger Neves was running them all in. He had 3 rushing touchdowns tonight, 24 carries for him, 132 yards on the finish, again, unofficially. And I've got Trip Palmer for 141 yards catching on 7 catches tonight. Nash Young, 22 yards on 3 catches. I've lost my voice, Art, because of this wind. Brig Palmer, 35 yards, approximately 3 catches. Jonas Jeppesen, I had him for 10 yards and 1 catch. Stetson Black came in and ran the ball for 25 yards tonight on 6 carries, so he even stepped up when the starter was out, and so that's a look at the seriously unofficial San Juan stats tonight, and we're ready to get off the top of this booth, I know, Art, but I just give you an opportunity for some final thoughts tonight as we close it out, and then once we step off this platform, this wind will probably calm down for us.
Yeah, you got to be super proud. I appreciate Coach's comments, about his team, the youngness, and how they went out and battled. But you got to be super proud of your sophomore quarterback. You got to be super proud of your line that battled, and they had some adversity. They gave up some big blocks that they, got their running back in some situations. They weren't as crisp as they've been over this year, but it's a first game season. A couple new linemen in there, new center, calling the plays down on the line, and you're going to have that. But overall, you talked about a couple of those sophomores, and anytime you put sophomores in a program like this, and this is a big program, they've got a lot of seniors that, like Coach said, they've got a lot of kids that didn't get in tonight that have been getting reps, and that's going to happen. But it's that mentality of the team first.
Right.
And when you have that, you have success in a program. And I think that's what's built into Coach Christensen, and those kids love him. And if he tells them, hey, I need you right now, or I don't need you, they love him so much that they're going to do what he needs done at the time. But overall, I think there's a lot of things to work on, but I had a lot of questions coming to my mind. I'll tell you, if we were in Vegas, I probably would have, called this a little different, closer.
Yeah.
I think that San Juan still, in my mind, was going to win the game before the game, but I thought it was going to be a dog fight down the stretch. And San Juan came out, and like Coach Christensen said, kudos to their defense. Their defense stepped up huge tonight.
Yeah.
They gave up some big stuff, but when the chips were down, they stopped them and held them, and they really rallied around each other. And that's in seasons past, they've been a good defense, but they could allow 35 points in a game because the offense was scoring 40, 50 points.
Yeah.
I think they really showed that they can be a defensive team and they can win the championship for them.
Yeah, they held Grantsville to single digits here tonight. So pretty good showing. Pretty good showing all around.
I want to get off this roof.
All right, Art, thanks.
But it's a pleasure to be back with Rhett.
It is
Sifford.
a pleasure.
Man.
I love how Barkley expressed it right there. Football season's back, man. He's pumped. We're pumped.
It's good to be back with the pitcher at Palmer StreamUtah.Live crew. This is the time of year we live for, and even when the weather's bad and the wind's blowing, we appreciate all those people that support and watch these games from us. But I'm glad to be back with the master, Rhett Sifford himself. It's a long off season for me.
Love you, bro.
Buddy.
Love you. It is good to be back together. I'm hoping we get a chance to ride together again this year. I missed your football wisdom on the way up here today. But you got a daughter who's about to start attending here at Snow College. So you guys had a whole family affair here. And
yeah, this is that weekend where moms and dads who are sending kids to college are not all right. You need to check on them because it's a hard weekend.
Yes, I understand that. I understand that. Well, we love you, brother, and we do love the StreamUtah.Live crew as well. Lane Palmer, Caleb Carr with us again as we start the season. Bumps along the road, just like a football team, but we made it through tonight, I think. I think we're still on the air. I think we're still streaming. I think people still hear us. They've heard the win tonight, that's for sure, and they heard the win for the San Juan Broncos tonight, 26-7 over Grantsville. So 1-0 for the Broncos. Beaver coming to town next week in what should be a real fun one as well. We hope you'll join us then. Until then, on behalf of everybody involved, all the sponsors, everybody tonight, and we'll thank the sponsors one final time by name. I want to say so long from Ephraim. We'll see you when Beaver comes to San Juan next week. Until then, Rhett Sifford saying so long from Robert Stoddard Field at Terry Foote Stadium at Snow College. Have a great rest of your weekend, high school sports fans. Friday Night Lights is a production of Red Rock 92 Sports and StreamUtah.Live. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, San Juan Building Supply, Blue Mountain Foods, Bradford Tire, Desert Rivers Credit Union, San Juan School District Adult Education, Colleen Kays, Four Corners Homes, Peterson Medical, San Juan Counseling, Creative Floors, Holiday Construction, Lee Collision Repair and Restoration, San Juan Health, Crowley Construction, Monson's Quality Meat Processing, Northern Electric, San Juan Insurance, Dependable Auto Repair, Precision Rehab, Red Mechanical, San Juan School District CTE Programs, Diamond Designs, Blue Mountain Hospital, Energy Fuels, San Juan Public Health, Emory Telcom, Countywide Realty, Red's Ace Hardware, San Juan Mortuary, Flights Gymnastics, Utah Navajo Health System, Utah State University Blanding,
San Juan Pharmacy, Four Corners Regional Care Center, Jones & DeMille Engineering, Napa Motor Parts, San Juan Credit Union, Primary Residential Mortgage, and Westcott Motors. We're the home of live high school sports coverage in southeastern Utah, Classic Hits Radio, Red Rock 92, and StreamUtah.Live.